All right, and we are live and we are back. Let's have a little fun. 9:25 p.m., February 6, 2019, the night shift, Tramps and Thieves. I think it's funny. Somebody messaged me 10 minutes ago. What's the most, don't worry, they said, what's the most uploads that you've done? And what's the most things you put on YouTube in a day? I haven't even come fucking close. Many days in 2014, 2013, I put up 10, 11, sometimes 12 videos. Hello, Becca. How are you? Hello, Gina. Sometimes 12, I think 12 in a day. So this is a regular day for me, but I really wanted to get that out as my personal message about my transgender experience and how I don't have any regrets about who I am and what I am today. Gina, I hope you're doing well. Johnny Wad, welcome back, my friend. Nice to see you. I will be giving out links to anybody that wants a link tonight. It is an open show. I do want to take the opportunity, this is 2019, to reach out and to also, hey, Sean, also tell people in the spirit of trying to make YouTube better and to make life better, to reach out tonight and just say to those friends of mine who were hurt by the activities of the month of January that I apologize to you tonight. Sometimes you get the feeling you need to do what you got to do. Things didn't turn out the way I think any of us ever wanted it to. But I'm coming on tonight early and just saying my apologies to you for the way that things turned out. I'm hoping we can turn the corner on a positive direction and go back and try to have some of those good fun times on YouTube with great friends, good people. I don't ever have an expectation. There's some things I do like the way they are, but I do care about my friends, and I do reach out and say, I apologize for the hurt feelings. I apologize for hurting you with the decisions that I made, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I just wanted to put that out tonight and lead with that on this, because I am a person that cares about people very much. And I do love the people that have been in my life. Some of them, quite a few of them still come around, and it's a blessing. But I do want to put that out there and tell people sincerely, how you doing, Monkey Boy? That, that's the way I really feel in my heart. We're a much stronger community when we're all together. But I did want to put that out there tonight. Hey, Rising Sun Media, nice to see you. Yeah, interesting title. Tramps and Thieves. Sean, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you. Kathy says, not anyone. Back with you. Yeah, I wanted to put that on the record, my just a half hour before to just put that out there. Of course, just my luck. Berg's is rolling up on me at the most inopportune time. I've been trying to call him back, but he's got the phone off. Yeah, he's he takes the phone off the hook and does that craziness. Thank you very much. Thank you, Keely. Is it Kelly? Yeah, Kelly Kennison. Thank you, honey. I've had so many new trans subscribers that have come on, and Mr. Bergatron. And I've just been asked to put a little bit of my experience out there and to discuss that a little bit and why I am the way I am, and just how sad I feel for the state of the transgender community today, because it looks like an absolute shambles to me. Thank you, Monkey Boy. Hey, Joey D. Joey D had eye surgery. Prayers for you, Joey, on a speedy recovery. I know you have your second eye. You're going to be very glad to have that good, clear vision. We love you. We love you very much. Yeah, the backyard, that's a lot to take care of, man. That gets to be, that grass was so high back there that every 5 minutes, thank you, monkey boy. Every 5 minutes it was choking the mower there. It just absolutely sucked the high grass, and it's all wet. But if I don't get that cut now, if I wait another week, we have more rain coming in, and it'll just be like a jungle. And here it is early February. You know, is he coming to your house, Bergs? No, he's not. Yeah, it's a lot of work. You know, sometimes at my age, I feel like I'm not quite sure I need to still be doing, at age 60, to still be doing all this work. But as long as I can put my feet on the floor every day and just keep rolling, I'm happy. I love the life here, and Missy Jan loves the life here. You need a rider mower. Well, I do have a push mower now, Kim, that makes it awful easy. Makes it awful easy. Jen and I are like sisters here, Eric. That's what we are, sisters. We probably care about each other more dealing with each other like that than if we were romantically involved, because our sisterly attraction will never break. It will never break. I could not have ever said that about romantic relationships I'm in, but the bond of sisterhood will never break. And therein lies a lot of comfort for Missy Jen. Reimbursing you for that shit dollar store lunch you had today. Self-propelled. Thank you very much, Cobra John. It has a transmission in it that propels that forward. Thank you, Keith Thompson. Yeah, Missy Jen is wonderful. Missy Jen is very, very happy here. Sometimes you'll hear people speculate on our relationship, and I just want to reiterate a couple very important points. Missy Jen is financially self-supporting. She always has been. Nobody ever paid her bills, financed her, ever. Okay, in that regard, she's always taken care of her own stuff. She's a warrior. She's a trooper. Anytime Jen wants something better in life, that she feels is better in life, I'll fully support her decision. If she ever was a point she wanted to go back to Missouri and resume living life in Missouri, I would pay to have her move there in a heartbeat and have her repositioned and put right back where she came from. Okay, she has that ability. There's nothing owed here at all. On the other side of the coin, Missy Jen gets world-class medical care at UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, which is the medical complex for the University of California in Northern California. UCLA being the one in the South. She gets world-class, state-of-the-art, research-based medicine. She was one of the early people on the Ocrevus, which has given her such a great quality of life. She gets great medical care here. Great medical care here. Most important of all, she gets love here. She gets support, and she gets caring. When she has medical needs, medical things come down, I don't care where in the hell I am, I'll be by her side when those things come down. Okay, that's a big comfort for her. And the third thing is that she absolutely loves the Rancho here because she's put a lot of herself in. This is her home. And nothing's going to ever disrupt her home here. Romantic relationship, I'm not so sure that you might really start throwing pots and pans and shit at each other, and roll over at night and see that pillow and just think, yeah, the Rancho wouldn't be the same. Thank you, greatest ever. I am truly her sister. She would never want to leave the Rancho here. She's very easygoing. She's very independent. She does her own stuff, and I do mine. And therein lies that bond of mutual support for each other. When I had my surgery, she was there helping me get dressed, helping me get on my compression garment. How you doing, hazel-eyed victim? All those things that were so important. Cobra said, I was born in Missouri. There ain't nothing there to return to. I do love Kansas City, Missouri. I think it's a wonderful city. You do have world-class medical facilities, but being out here in California has given her, I would say, a 1-year edge on getting top flight medical care. Yeah, Dave says, I wine and dine my future lovers with presents. Yeah, we got some really nice shoes from Dave. Much appreciated. Trying to push ahead. Oh, you lived in Shawnee Mission, Kansas. Okay. Emma said, we get a lot of American people traveling to Australia for certain surgeries that cost an arm and a leg in America. We also have that travel. A lot of gals do cosmetic surgery, and especially a lot of trans women will go to Mexico, Venezuela. Unfortunately, they'll do things, you think I might have a big hiney now. These women get industrial silicone injected into their butts. It's all good for maybe a year or two, or maybe it's not. Maybe they have allergic reactions and then they die, right? Or later, the weight of all that shit falls down as opposed to natural fat, which is put into my butt. You have a nice big saggy rear end now. So shoes are fun. Do we get to see? Not right now. I'm not going to go grab them right now. You both show ultimate respect and support for each other, even if she would date the Walmart guy. That's right. I have a lot of love and support for Missy Jan. That is true. Very true. I'm going to grab something to drink. I'm not having any liquor tonight. I really enjoyed Dave's affirmation of gone positive today. Reaffirmation of that. I thought that was really good to hear. We roll on to another month under the belt. I think with Dave in a good direction here, and Beck, and I really think that is a wonderful thing. Thank you, Rising Sun. I really think that's a great thing. I think that's such a positive for the community. No, I got one left just for a nightcap, greatest ever. I'll go grab that in a bit. But I applaud you for doing that. It's not easy to do down here. Yeah, I do too. In the past, people will come through, they will put up videos, but the reality is everybody has a past. I'm just a person on YouTube that my past stays up because I have the courage to keep it up and not to try to shape the past. That way people can see my whole journey, and they can go ahead and slut shame me and do all those kind of things, but that's my real authentic true life. That's my real life thread of experience there. And what usually happens is a person that puts that up is that they now provide a reference point that they can see how far this person's come in their own personal growth and in their own maturity. And that's why I leave it up. It's like karate of the mind. The things that you think that people would use against you, your quote weaknesses, become your actual strength. And I love it. I love it when they go up, because smart people, smart thinking people now have 2 points on the ground where they can see where you came from and where you are today. Personal growth on a channel. One of the rarest things that you'll ever find here on YouTube is reality. It falls off the wagon sometimes. Yeah, would it be weird if you started filming yourself as a kid? Yeah, that would be pretty weird, you know. But I've put myself on every day since January 3rd, well, really April of 2013, every single day. Yeah, I think, Kathy, when you think of the distance that Dave and I, particularly the ground that we covered here on YouTube, from two people that were from such opposing places, that the best and highest honor we can pay anybody is to allow the reset button to be hit in life. And I think that's a great thing when we allow people to hit the reset button, myself included, to hit that reset button and say, look, I made some mistakes, but I want to make it right. I want to go forward and have a, have a happier sort of experience. Instagram is the worst for spinning perfection. I would tend to agree with that, Emma. But then again, Instagram was really, for me, it was something designed to share your greatest pictures, which is all I've used it for. So I probably only have 50. Probably I only have 50 of them. I guess in Janie D, would you consider telling Elvis to eat a grenade being positive? Yeah, I would, Janie D, because it's no worse than the other stuff he takes on a daily basis from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. So I would say, is he any worse? Is she any worse than anybody else? Absolutely not. Does she have a way to go? Absolutely. Am I recognized in public? Many times, Scott. You could hear it on video. Christmas shopping at Walmart, restaurants, at the Slice of Life, people come up. It's fairs and places. You can see people. Good night, Mr. Z. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like it when people try to hold the high ground, when they sit amongst people that throw shit on people constantly and then act like they're better. Hey, Tanya, how are you, sweetie? So that's my answer to that. We're all stumbling down the road of life. Some just fall on their faces because they have no one to catch them. Yeah, hashtag forgiveness. Push the reset button. Move ahead. When you consider the hateful stuff that Marshall has spewed out of his mouth, sometimes, Johnny D, I'm surprised that his van has never been blown up and that nothing really terrible has ever happened. It's probably a credit. It's probably a credit to the restraint on people on YouTube that most of the stuff is talking. Yeah, we need to go out to a bar and booze it up, JK. We do. Long as we got that Uber, we're good to go. Let's make that happen. Maybe we need to get you down here and booze it up on the Rancho and then just rack out in the Shine Shack. You got a buzz, huh? Yeah, Mrs. Z is, yeah. Love you, Mr. Z. Yeah, the triple R. But I've seen the positivity of people here on YouTube. Greatest Ever says, it's crazy how much people are willing to share. You got to be uber careful what you share down here, Greatest Ever. And there's very few people that are absolutely true blue trustworthy with information, because to a lot of people, That tea is like a hot commodity that only has a certain shelf life. Yeah, I think we'd have a good time. Celeste, I've actually gotten together 2 times with James and his lovely wife, J.K. NoCal, and his wife. And we've had a great time with them. What we got to do is make it more frequent. This rainy season just is so miserable here, and the cold and everything else. You just don't feel like much of a party. You don't feel like much of a party atmosphere. And this is the worst time, too, between the Super Bowl and the beginning of baseball season. This horrendous 2-month period. You know, between pro football and pro baseball, it just sucks. And basketball just doesn't fill the void in here. Yep, they all bought dinner. They're wonderful people. And James is one of the hardest working guys you'll ever see. He's supposed to go down to 25 tonight. Cobra John, you make sure you stay warm. And God bless you. I heard your wife is disabled. She's very lucky to have somebody like you. Oh, I know you do, Tanya. We love you. Yeah, be careful, Becky. You're going out to see. I hope that Jill remembers. Kelly said, do you still have your RV? Maybe you should do a coast to coast. I'm planning on doing that, Kelly. But I thought today I might just do it first in my van. You know, I already did coast to coast once. I went from Santa Rosa to Salt Lake to Denver to Colorado Springs to Clinton, Missouri to Ohio to Baltimore to Greenville, South Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida to Tampa. From Tampa to Tallahassee to New Orleans, Baton Rouge to San Antonio to El Paso to Yuma to San Diego and then home. 7,636 miles. Yep, you saw me passing through Wendover. There you go. Wendover. It's where all the Mormons run over to gamble to. That's it. Dave just figured out how to block you on Google Plus. That was a great trip. This time I'm going to do that trip again, but it's going to be slowed down significantly. It's going to be over a period of months. I want to be at Glenwood Springs, floating in those wonderful warm springs at Glenwood Caverns in there, having a good time. I want to be hanging out with Joshy Bingham and trying some craft beers in Denver and seeing my friend Maxine again, Colorado Springs, and gone and seeing Jeff T. Rowe in Kansas and Debbie Areola, all the other people. Yeah, I hope Jill remembers. I don't know if you got her digits, Becca, to remind her. I think once you guys meet, you'll hit it off. You'll have a friend there and another friend in Des Moines. And all I can say, Becca and Dave, is just keep racking up friends, keep meeting people in real life. It's a great thing. Let me see. I'm going to remind her. Let's see where in the hell that girl is. There she is. Honey, don't forget breakfast with Dave, the alien head, and Becca at Area 51. That's 8. See how good a secretary I am? AM. Boom. There we go. Come see Alaska, Rosie. Come in summer. Better in summer. Yeah, I think so. What did you think of Pikes Peak? It's beautiful, Robert. That's where America was the Beautiful was written. Oh, beautiful. For spacious. Drive through Boise. I'll be up in Boise. I got a wonderful friend, Vicky Victoria, that lives up there. Thursday now. Groundhog's Thursday. Hey, Dakota. Yeah. I'm getting them. Hey, Laura Lay, how are you? Okay, Susie, love you. Hey, do you know Vicky? She's wonderful. She's such a great pal of mine. She is such a wonderful pal of mine. Lovely, lovely lady. Yeah, you have a good night, Susie. You have a good night. Okay, greatest ever. Do we ban people to spam the chat? No, JK. Okay, Becca, I just, oh, your phone's being a shit. Love you, Vicky. I just texted Jill. Hopefully she'll get that message. Let me see if, let me try this too. Yeah. Bergs must be steaming. He took the phone off phone off. Good night, monkey boy. Oh, there you go, Tanya. Thank you, honey. I love you, Rosie. And that's the drunk me. Keep on telling that I love you ad nauseum. I love it. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you, and love won't hurt anymore. Do 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 da do do the love boat. Soon we'll be making another song. You're not spamming the chat, Celeste. The love boat, baby. Yeah, I would love to see Alaska. I'd love to go live stream from Anchorage up there. But Anchorage is not that far up into Alaska. It's actually pretty far down the thing, huh? Hey, Laura, how you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. I bet Laura can sing. How's Peanut doing, Laura? Peanut. Captain Stubing was hot as fuck. Hey, Isaac Washington. Hey. Who do you most want to party with? Hey, Isaac. How you doing? Isaac Washington, your bartender. Hey, that was my man. Are you open to sponsorship? Emma, what does that mean, sponsorship? Could you just define that a little bit for me, honey? What does sponsorship mean? I have to wear alien head. I have to wear Dave the alien head on the back of my jacket across country. What? Dave's going to pay me $500 a week to sponsorship on the side of my van. Dave. Good night, Cobra John. Love you. Dave the fisherman sent me. Yeah, I think Boise's supposed to be a great town. I think it's supposed to be, Joey D. But you better make sure you get your rest too, Joe. You shouldn't ought to be up burning the midnight oil all night. Yeah, I'm not sure what 03's company come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. I mean, that seemed so edgy at the time. Now it's like, who? Now you're lucky you just get a gay guy and 2 girls living. Now you're lucky you get a gay. When you get paid to sell it, I turned down a lot of product things. People want to send me sunglasses. People want to send me food products. People want to send me beer stuff to review. I turned that stuff down. Let's see. Peanut's ready. She's ready to go have fun at the Airbnb tomorrow. Maybe jump in the pool if it's not 40 degrees. It's supposed to be in the mid 80s tomorrow. That sounds nice. Yeah, the ropers. Yeah, I mean, it's like you're lucky if you just get a gay guy and two chicks. You know, that's good. Oh, Kentucky Rain, yeah, good song. Good ass song. Okay, take care, JK. Love you. Say hi to your lovely wife. Yes, Tiffany. Not looking so much to sponsor, but saying we have this. I don't wear jewelry. Yeah, Berg's. I was calling you. I'm Berging you up right now. Bergs. All right, Bergs. There you go. Yeah, Kentucky Rain. You're up, Bergs. I just had a short message to put on. That's all. It was only a half hour. I just wanted to put that out. Laura said, I want a gay guy. They make the best of friends. I think that they do. How you doing, Oda May? Nice to see you. Yeah, tag you in, Oda. You're in. Hey, Dory Lynn. How you doing, sweetie? Bergs, you got the link. So there you go.
Yeah.
How you doing, Berg? What's up?
I mean, you are out of control.
Yeah, I had a few things I had to put up today. It's an unusual day, but there was.
No, I mean, what did you do? 4 or 5 hangouts today, or what?
No, but there was a back in 2013, 14. I sometimes put up 10 a day of stuff. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to Droid today. Why you take a fucking day off, huh? Oh, really? Take a day off, huh, Steven? You can't take a day off, huh? You can't take a fucking day off, Steven? God damn it, man. You are such an addict. You're an addict. You're an addict.
Did you slip on the ice today?
I am talking. You fucking do 5 hangouts a day. I am talking. Take a day off, Steven.
Take a day. I love what I do, Bergs. You know, there's nothing.
Yeah, because you love the money. You love the money, baby.
What can I do? No. It's cold out.
I know you're going to say, no. It's all about the fun. It's all about fun. Fun equals money.
I don't know why.
You love the money. You love the money.
So
you love that money. You love that money, Steven. Woo!
I don't know why are you so fixated on money?
Because you love it. You love it. Do you love the money?
Bergs, money is just a product.
I'm asking you a question. Do you love the money?
No, I don't love the money.
Okay, then why don't you at the end of the month? At the end of the month, you PayPal that money to me.
Your phone's going off.
At the end of the month, you PayPal that money to me. How about that?
Yeah, I'm reading. Can you read the side chat?
I don't give a fuck about the side chat. At the end of the month, you PayPal that money to me.
Bergs,
yeah?
I'm going to give you a chance. You want people to unsub you again and go through that whole mess?
Oh, my God, Rosie. Oh, Rosie. Oh, my God, Steven. Are you really?
I mean, I'm looking at my side chat here. They're not real happy.
Really? I don't care.
Is it
I am fucking telling it like it is.
Is it
so Rosie, you want everyone to unsub me?
No, I don't. I'm telling you, the side chat's not happy when you come in acting like you're happy right now.
I'm coming in acting real. Okay?
Yeah, well, I'd like people that come on to have fun, not to talk about the same.
Fun. It's all about fun. It's all about fun. Okay. It's all about fun. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to have fun about? What do you want to have fun?
Well, we were talking about weather. We were talking about Missy Jan on the Rancho. We were
Okay,
talking.
you're basically saying that Berg's is going to lose subs because I'm talking to you.
No, I'm just saying, just tone it down a little bit. And
I will not tone anything down. I am me. Fuck you. Fuck you. I will talk how I want to talk. Okay, Rosie?
Not on my show. All right, there he goes. You're not going to talk the way you want on my show. That's the bottom line. Yeah, I had to give him the boot. So there it is. Rather than see him, he's having a rough night. Rather than let him go overboard. How you doing, Lindy? Rather than let him go overboard like that, I hit the dump button to allow you to save yourself so you don't have to see that tomorrow. And another time to, you got to save you from yourself. I don't want to have those. You look at that the next morning and then say, oh, how could I have done that? And how could I have gone off? So, second act will be coming. Not tonight. Not tonight. I don't want to see you lose all the ground. No, I'm not going to pick up a call. I don't want to see him lose all the ground that he made up in coming back. He never said he quit drinking. Good night, Cobra John. He was getting off of the high gravity malt. So, I just save you from yourself. You're welcome, JK. I'll be a shock absorber up to a point, but then beyond that, I feel compelled to save you from yourself and damage that you're going to do. I don't want you to lose ground on what you've made up in the last 3 weeks or so. Okay. So Lindy, I hope you're doing well tonight. Hope everything's going good. Well, I try to keep things positive in the spirit of misgendering. Doesn't really bother me, my name, but I'm just saying, you just want to come in and I want to have fun tonight. I don't want to have a lot of, hate and all that. And, there's not a lot I can do right now in my life. So YouTube is about it. We go out in the field like last night. I paid a really heavy price today for last night for pushing Missy Jen in a wheelchair. My side's absolutely killing me here. I cannot, it's cold. The weather's terrible. I'm not free to go back to the gym until next week. So this is it. You're just going to have to put up. Yeah, of course it's insulting to me, JK, but it is, Stephen is my given name, but he chooses to weaponize that. And it's okay. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, I've faced much worse as a trans, but I'm saying I don't want him to go down a road tonight where he loses any ground. So just he'll wake up tomorrow and he'll thank me for that. So let's see. Johnny says, I drink 192 alcohol and I don't. Oh, thank you, Rebel. How you doing, Pam? Pam, if you want a link, let me know. Let's see. Becca said, I have to give you credit. Rosie, so many haters behind the scenes and come in here and act like they care about you and your audience. Yeah, it's still not nice. I hear you, Celeste, but I think one person kind of needs to be a little bit of a shock absorber. So I don't really mind being that too much for Berg. Oh, you finally got a driver's license with your married name. Yay, SKS. Let me send Pam a link here. Pam, let me, Pam, I don't know why. Just put your Gmail again there, Pam. Just post your Gmail, and I will shoot you a link. Let me just see something here. Let me open another window here. Let me see. Let me copy this. I think I already have your thing there. You know, I like Berg's, but some nights I got to kind of save him from himself there. Let's see. Let me see if I can compose this. Ricky had his birthday yesterday. So let me get this for a second. Let's see. Japan. All right, I've got it, Pam. So I'm gonna put your link here. I already got your thing here. I think you'll see that coming through. Boom, right there. You should have that. That should work for you. Okay. Takes a lot to make me blow my top. So, okay, that message has been sent. She has that. Well, I thought he did. He wasn't slurring, so. Oh, okay. There you go, Rabble. How you doing, Wog? What's happening? There we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I sent Pam a link. I'll send it. Let me grab it. Let me open up my Twitter too. Hope this works. Twitter. All right, messages. Let me see where the Pam girl is here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I'll send it this way too, Pam. There it is to your Twitter. I hope that works. Okay, there we go. Boom. Anybody else? Probably be slurring my words. Yeah, Bergs, you're going to have to get a hold of yourself. You know, that's the bottom line. You cannot come on and behave like you do and expect, you know, I'm older than you. You have to have respect for your elders. That's the bottom line. Whether I do 3 hangouts a day, 10 hangouts plus 5 content pieces is nobody's business except my own. Today was a highly unusual day. I had a requested video about my transgender experience. We had the food tasting today. I had to work on the Rancho. I have a very busy day, Bergs. I don't know about you, but I do a lot of work. Okay. Yeah. Kathy, I'm going to give you a link here too. I think Pam's got the link. Let's see. Kathy, you got the link. Invite. Berg has you blocked. You like the Dollar Tree vlog. They're always a lot of fun, aren't they, Laura? If anybody else wants yeah, that's what I'm saying. Celeste, this guy's head is just in a place that I don't know. You know, you try to be positive. You try to be uplifting and supportive. Let's see, Pam. I'm gonna. Did you check please check your regular email? I sent it to you. Let me try copying this and sending it to your. I'm gonna put this to the Twitter again. Try this one. Damn this thing. All right, here comes another one. Okay, try this one. See if that one's any better. I hope so. I don't have a ton of ways to send this damn thing. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good looking guy. He needs to get his life. JK, you're not blocked. Let me send you a link. JK. JK, no cow, but if you think I'm going to sit there and allow somebody to just tee off on me and tell me to shut up, you got another thing coming. You like that singing from the stage the other day, huh? Okay, Pam, and then go back to your, I'm going back to the Gmail too. I know with Gmail, it should always be able to get through to you. Let's see, compose. This thing is slow tonight. All right, I definitely got your proper. Okay, there's the link again. Okay, well, we'll see what the heck happens. Here we go. All right. Okay, that has been sent. Oh, you were afraid for me on the hood stage. People like that when I'm out and about. Kathy, you keep getting an error message. That's weird. Let me try this again.
Hello, Rosie.
Hey, how you doing, Pam? Let me just try to shoot this to Kathy again. How did you come on, through Twitter or what?
No, went through email.
I had to go through email. So, Kathy, try that again. I just hit that through to you again. I'm sorry I missed Ricky's birthday yesterday. I know he popped through here last night. Give him a big old hug for me, would you?
I will.
With much love to him. Here's Kathy. She made it on. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
I always love Kathy's. How you doing? How you doing, Vinny? What's going on? Let me know if you want a link, brother, to come on. But yeah, I always love Kathy's picture there.
She cracks me up.
It always cracks me up every time I see it in there. So what's going on down in the great state of Georgia tonight?
Well, let me tell you. So, we've been asked to be on a podcast. We've been asked to be on the Underground YouTube podcast show with Yaba, who is the person asking the questions. And I'm like, sure, you know me, what the hell, why not? Now, Ricky, on the other hand, feels like it's a setup.
Mm.
So.
Well, I mean, a podcast, that means you'll have a fixed picture. It's not like a YouTube, where you'll be on a hangout together, right? It's, I mean, define what the podcast is for Yaba. What is that going to be for her?
Well, she'll be on a microphone and she'll be podcasting from iTunes.
Okay.
And I'm assuming we won't be able to see her.
Okay. Yeah. Dory Lynn said, what's the podcast going to be about? Your life, Pam? Or what do you think it's going to be about? YouTube, the state of YouTube, the state of the drama community?
She wanted to interview me and Ricky.
Okay. Just wonder what the interview is going to be about,
Be serious with Weezer sitting there and flipping the bird.
That's called I don't give a fuck.
That's her specialty on YouTube. She's our designated bird flipper. We bring her out at sporting events and stuff to flip off the opposition team.
To do it back.
Yeah. Emma said Yaba's just going to ask you questions. I don't know. Celeste says I agree with Ricky. Seems suspect, sketchy as AF. People are saying. I don't know.
Was Katie's idea.
Oh God.
Well, do you think there's a possibility something good could come out of it, Kathy? Or do you think it's just, is it possible there could be like a olive branch or peace?
With MF Whiteside, no, ain't nothing good coming about this.
Well,
That's my.
I don't really know her at all, but
Too, because it was Katie's idea for y'all to interview when we're not even on speaking terms. So I'm like,
Well, Pam, let me tell you, 2 nights ago, she was all up in my shit again and talking about how when all that shit started with me, and now I'm kissing your ass. So you go right on over there and hop up there.
ooh, dang, I got an ass kisser.
no, I don't mean,
Yeah,
I don't really know her. I'm just saying, but Pam, one thing you've always had is a lot of courage. So there's no doubt that you don't mind going into the lion's mouth, so to speak. So see what happens. It might turn out good. You never know.
I have no problem whatsoever. I fear nothing. Ricky, on the other hand, is convinced it's a setup.
it is a setup.
And he doesn't want to do it.
Are you kidding, Bergs? I don't think anybody. JK. I don't think anybody has you blocked on here. Anybody have JK blocked?
I don't have anybody blocked, period.
Yeah, let me. God damn, this makes me mad. Hold on a minute, JK. Let me just.
I'm too damn nosy to block anybody.
Damn it. Nobody blocks JK. Let me see. I hope nobody bounced you. Let me see. Let me go to your channel. I'm just going to your channel real quick to your about page. No, you're not blocked here. Isn't that weird? I'm going to try sending you the link one more time, JK. Maybe you got a funky link here, because the one I sent to Kathy worked okay here. So let me try this again. Let's send that out to you again. Sorry, Pam. Don't mean to just slow you down here. Let me put that on. So, okay. JK, try that again. I don't think anybody's got you. Yeah. How you doing, Smooth operator in the house? JK is JK NoCal, my friend from up the road here. Yeah. JK.
No, Emma, that's not what they do.
Oh,
They get you and then they just like attack. It's got nothing to do with questions.
Well, Ricky's afraid they'll edit it and edit it in a bad light.
Well, Pam, what do you think they might ask you? I'm just curious, not knowing any of these people. What do you?
If you go by, her first one was with Miss Fucking Wonderful. And if you go by that, it's just simple questions, I'm sure she gave them to Katie before she asked them, because Katie's answers seemed like she was reading them. So I'm sure she had them beforehand, which I would like to have them beforehand. She asked her, how you got started and, basic. But then she asked her personal stuff, which I won't be answering any personal stuff. I don't put my personal on YouTube.
You do know that now called Crime Busters.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Who?
Crime Busters.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing, Ricky? Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you, Rosie.
Who's calling?
Much love to you.
That's one of their. That's their name of their show.
Busting out cons and scammers. Crime Busters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what
That's yeah.
Whoa, now back it up.
Yeah, what's Crime Busters again? Is that I know the TV show Crime Busters, but yeah,
Crime Busters is a like she did Drama Live, MF Whiteside. Like she did Drama Live. Now she's doing Crime Busters, busting out cons and scammers.
Yeah.
sounds weird to me.
That's interesting because
I'm not a scammer and I'm not a con.
would it be wrong for us to ask for the questions?
No, I mean, I just want to know what the whole tenor of the interview is going to be about. That's all. But that's just me. Like I say, I don't know any of these people, but I'm just saying, I think you have a right. I think you have a right to ask what you want to, what the subject matter is going to be. I'm not sure about particular questions, but certainly the the tenor of what the questioning is going to be all about on there. So.
Well, I figured it'd be like, how did you get started? What's your worst video you've ever done? What's your favorite? Those kind of questions.
Mm-mm.
That's what, because that's what she asked Katie.
That's Katie.
Well, I don't know. I guess what's the downside, Pam? Even if it's edited, do you think it'll really move anybody's needle in the communities at all, or just be another day at the office? For people?
She's already posted, and there's nothing but hate on the post. Everybody hates me. I'm a liar.
Oh, then I guess I wouldn't go on it then if I were you. Would be my thought. If it's going to be that, maybe listen to Ricky on that, and just give that a pass. I don't know. Hey, Diane, how are you? Like with Diane in the chat. I mean, that's Pam. If that's what you're walking into, I know for myself, I'd never walk into a situation like that with that type of thing. So, but I know you feel different about stuff. You like to get in there and get your sleeves rolled up and do that. What did Ricky say?
Whoop some ass.
Oh, yeah. You like to get in there and whoop some ass. There you go. Yep, Mitch, it sounds like a shitstorm's brewing in the drama community. So there you go. Let's see, Pam, that's what I was saying. Emma says answers are meant to be natural, not rehearsed. There they go. So.
Well, I got no problem, answering them off the top of my head. The question is it going to be edited? Can it be edited to make us sound bad? I don't know. Podcasts should not be edited, right?
Well, I think they're just continuous, question and answer sort of things. I hope they're not edited, but this is the Boyd/drama community. Yeah, why don't you, Dora Lynn said, why don't you invite her to your porch and ask her your questions?
I will read you some of the comments that have already been posted on her. Like she's made like a 4-minute montage of mine and Ricky's videos over the years, like little snippets of it,
Yeah, like just an intro overview. Yeah.
And the way it's going now is Great day almighty. The sound of Pam's voice rivals that of nails on a chalkboard. Great job, Yaba. Can't wait. That hair at 53. Oh my gosh, I can't, Yaba. This is going to be good. I cannot stand the sound of that woman's voice and her witchy poo laughter. She is the biggest liar and hypocrite. If there is
Mm-hmm.
one, I'm sure you'll do a great job, Yaba. I screamed. I'm wearing my hazmat suit, but I love my daughter Yaba, so it's all good. Stop asking for my life insurance policy number, damn it. That's right, folks. Yaba is gonna light it up. I low-key watched this 2 times. Someone catch my eyes. They rode all the way to Florida. This shall be good only okay with this cause. Yaba is doing the interview. Can't wait to hear the podcast. I love Yaba and glad y'all are back to funny again. I so enjoyed watching y'all. Sending big hugs with love.
Do they think we're scared of y'all?
I don't know. Somebody said, why? Just why? Wow, they used to have a lot more teeth.
Yeah, that's what happens as years go by.
White trash. You know, just comments like that.
Well, that's other people commenting on what's coming, correct? That's what they're.
Correct.
Well, the one she done a couple days ago on me. Let me spill some tea for you, Pam. She took it as far as I killed my husband.
What?
Yeah. It was it was just a straight up shit show.
Well,
Mm.
I was wondering where Skiwi was running with that from, you know?
That's where. But you know, last time I saw him, he was alive and well and remarried and had another child. So for a dead man, he's doing pretty damn good.
Well, I reckon.
Celeste, do you want a link? Is that what you're asking for? Do you want a link? Just let me make. Oh, you're communicating with Becca. You know, Pam, I'm of the opinion, and I'm just going to put it out here. I've never seen you back away from anything before, so I say to hell with it. Go for it, and you know you can always talk about it afterward and have your say. If things didn't go the way that you want them to go, or maybe there'll be an upside surprise for you. Then maybe things go a little better. But
My way of thinking is, you know, we give them the shoot to shit. That's what we give them. We give them shoot to shit.
go for it.
Or nothing less. We give them shoot to shit. If a question's asked that we don't want to answer, we answer it in a shoot to shit way. I'm not going to put any personal issues out there because I trust no one on there to respect my personal space.
Well, I have to say the chat over here, a lot of people aren't really, we don't have a lot of knowledge about these people or what they do, but seems to be pretty split over there. But I'd say the majority of the people are just saying go for it, and you might have a positive experience, and you probably won't have any. It's the things you don't do in life, I think, that you regret, not the things that you do. So I'd step into the ring and go for it.
I wouldn't, Pam.
Yeah, all right, Marshall. Hold on a minute. Elvis wants to pop on a minute.
Well, Weezer, step into the ring and I start sinking. Are you gonna be there to pick me up?
Well, when she was doing all her shit the other night, a couple nights ago about me, the faking cancer and scamming people and blah, 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 killing my husband off, whatever. I said, Katie, why don't you just shit your pants again? Because we all need a good laugh.
When is this, Pam? When is this, hello, Marshall? When is this supposed to take place, Pam? Do you know?
She said sometime this week.
Okay. Because I'd sure like to have a link to the podcast when it's finalized. And yeah, it's okay, Becca. I kind of run an open chat over here. So what's going on, Marshall?
I'm trying to see myself. It's stuck on this YouTube side here. Let me see. I can't even see myself.
Well, I hear you on I see your avatar on the Google side here.
Lord Almighty, I feel
how do I see myself? I just been stuck on the YouTube side. Let me just get at her and I'll come back.
Okay, well, you got the link. So do you want me to resend it or not?
Yeah, I have to. I don't know how to get it. Let me just get at it. I don't know how to. It's like it's just stuck in limbo here.
I'll just resend it.
I got it now. Hold on. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go. I got it.
Yeah, I feel my temperature rising. Ooh. Kathy was singing away there.
Oh, by the way, if any one of you guys has any of that greasy stuff between your thighs, this is some good stuff at Wally World here. Let me show
What
you.
greasy stuff between your thighs?
What the hell are you talking
Let me show you. Here's some good stuff here right here. It's called Zeazord.
You want to say hello to
I don't know, man. The only thing is between my thighs is my sexy skin, man. That's about it. I don't know what the hell else.
Everybody sweats. Even women sweat between their thighs, right?
Well,
Not grease.
Well, I'm saying women have, they sweat between their thighs, but they got to put something down there, right?
well, I mean, keep it clean on a daily basis, I think, is a pretty good way to avoid rashes and.
Actually, it's an antifungal powder. And after you take a shower and you dry up, you just put this. You're supposed to put this. You can put it on your feet. You can put it between your thighs. It really helps to keep everything. It's just a really good product. It's like $8.
Well, you're in Florida, so it's a different story. It's very hard to keep, with the humidity, but you're at a pretty comfortable time there. But yeah. Preventive is good. I mean, if you use I think some women use a talcum powder and stuff. I'm not really sure, So
I just wanted to pop on her real quick because it's about going to be 80 degrees here in the daytime, and it's really.
Excuse me there, King. Excuse me there. What do you keep me blocked?
What
keep me blocked?
I don't even know who you are. First of all, introduce yourself. I don't even know who you are.
I'm Kathy.
Kathy who?
And I've never wished you dead or anything.
I don't even know who you are. I've seen your avatar on here, and I don't even know who you are, to be honest with you. I don't know what your street name is.
Yeah, maybe Kathy Ahmad maybe took you out or something like that on the.
I have no idea. I don't even know who she is unless she sends me a URL. I mean, I've seen her on or off and on. I know she's a new face, but I don't even know who she is or why she got blocked. Or
come over from the. She's one of the drama community.
Yeah, I knew.
She's been around. I'm just saying.
Oh, did I block you? Did I block you, or did a moderator block you?
Probably a moderator.
You did.
Oh, you did.
No, he did.
Why did I block you?
I don't know.
What did you say?
Well,
I don't know. It was the very first time I was ever in there.
I don't know. I know there's a Kathy Weezer with a W. Is that you? W-E-A-Z?
That's me. That's me.
I vaguely remember you. You got to remember when you got 150, 200 people watching at a time, and you're relatively new. I don't even know if I blocked you, why I blocked you, because it's so vague. And you got to understand that, it's you're not somebody that stands out like Vinny G or Bergs for me to even know why I blocked you, because you're just new and you're just, you know what I'm saying? You're fresh. So I don't even know why. But anyways, I wanted to make my point here, Rosie, with I just wanted to pop on real quick because it gets 80 degrees here in the daytime, and it's really hard to sleep in the rig without being under shade. So I've got to get my cool time sleeping going on. That's why I want to knock it out fast. But I just want to say real quick on here, to pop on here for everybody watching, I started a YouTube channel for my sister Janet. It's called Babylon Queen, and I'm gonna be managing it for her and everything. It's probably gonna be about bodybuilding, you know. So and I'm also encouraging her to come on here or on my channel and to explain my relationship with her, my relationship with the Camus family. And by the way, to let you guys know, you know who he is, my nephew. He's actually not Camus family. He's actually the son of my sister. So technically when he comes on here saying that I should give up my name and my family disown me, it's all false. My sister's going to come on YouTube and talk about it. And another thing is that he has no right for me to tell me to give up my family name, because he's not even Camus. He's actually my sister's kid, and his dad is not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, don't put the name out, but it's a different family name.
But all I'm saying is that there's been a lot of lies and misinformation spread, and I want to bring my sister on, first of all, for the opportunity to iron things out and tell the truth. My relationship with her, my relationship with the family, also with a bunch of trolls that have been messaging her and threatening her and all stalking her and all that stuff. But also, I'm giving her the opportunity where I've helped to set up a YouTube channel for her, and she wants to do this bodybuilding thing, and I'm trying to help her get her YouTube channel like popped off, because she's not really making any progress as far as Facebook. I mean, she's got 5,000 Facebook friends, but it's not really an interactive community like YouTube. So all my goal is, I just want to let everybody know. Some people are saying they can't see the link, or they can. I'm not sure. As far as I know, the Babylon Queen YouTube channel is on my Facebook fan page, Camper Van Elvis, and it's on my YouTube channel. So I just want to let you guys know. I don't know if she's going to do it. I've set it up for her and everything, and I'm just got my fingers crossed she's going to do it. But I just want to just iron out some things and just bring people the truth, and that's all I want to say.
You already talked to her about it? I know you had a conversation. Have you?
I've talked to her about it, but you got to understand, my sister has a day job. She works out hard, so she really doesn't have that much time in her day to come on. She can't do an 8-hour hangout like you guys. She's got a very limited time between her social life, her job, her working out, and all that kind of stuff. She has very little time, but I'm able to actually launch this YouTube channel for her and kind of teach her how to go live and put some workout videos here and there. And I think she wants people to support her in the long run, because this bodybuilding thing for her is more of like a hobby kind of turned into a side thing. It's not her full-time job, but she's.
I think it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I do too. I'm glad
she's won a lot of competitions and stuff, and you know, and I told her, I said, you know, because I don't know nothing. I mean, I don't know about bodybuilding competition or what it takes as far as money wise and all to do that, but she's going to different events, and so I told her, I said, I want to incorporate YouTube, and maybe she can have a following, maybe she can have people that could support her with the whole bodybuilding thing and all that, and what she's trying to do there. But you know, she just doesn't have. She does. My sister works, and you know, she's a single mother and works out and has a social life, and she just doesn't have a lot of time. But I think she will make some time for YouTube. And I think in the long run, once she sees how cool it is, besides the trolls and stuff, once she sees the good people, I think she'll kind of get acclimated to it. So I think that I've been trying to talk to her for years.
I'm excited for her to have that. As you know, I've met her in person and hung out with her. I'm glad to see her. If there's anything I can do to help, that would be wonderful.
I just want to say this, that we know that there's a lot of trolls on YouTube. It's a no-brainer, but I think that what people don't realize about my sister is she's a role model to a lot of Assyrian women. A lot of Assyrian women follow her, She's even gotten to the point of a status of, there's a singer named Linda George, and she's like the most famous Assyrian singer in the world, woman singer. And she's like the Madonna of Assyrians in a nutshell. Anyway, she was working out with my sister. So my sister has she's very well known in our community. She has a very, and also the bodybuilding community. She's actually kind of like she's very well known and stuff. So I think that with YouTube, I think it'll open up a new window for her. I hope she takes my advice as far as, like running it and stuff, and maybe it'll launch off something for her. But I just want to tell the trolls one thing though. I'm going to be managing her channel on Facebook. So any comments of negativity or any trolling, I'm going to be taking it out. So I just want to let you guys be aware, and I just put it out there for her. We'll see where it goes. Maybe she'll put up a video here and there. So we'll see.
Yeah, she's a competition winning athlete too. She's proudly displays her accomplishments, and she was a hell of a nice person to meet in person also. So I'm very happy, Marshall, to hear that she may be doing content on here, and she'll certainly have my 100% support.
Well, she has a workout partner that's an Assyrian guy, and he's
What's the difference between Assyrian and Iraqi?
Oh, well, I actually was explaining this the other day. Assyrians are the original indigenous people of Iraq. We had a huge empire there. I mean, everybody knows, if you read the Bible or history, you had the Sumerian Empire, the Akkadian, then you had the Assyrian Empire, Nineveh, Babylon. And what it is they were the first people to accept Christianity. And because they accepted Christianity, they were persecuted by the Muslims. And so basically, most of us left, and there's only like a handful of us, and we scattered all over the world. But we're like the kind of how the Native Americans are here. That's how we are there. So we are Iraqi, no question about it, but we are the indigenous people of Iraq. And actually, the name Iraq, just to let people know, it is derived from the ancient Assyrian city of Uruk, U-R-U-K, and that's where they got the name of Iraq. Iraq and Mesopotamia was all made up by the West and stuff. There's no such thing as that name. It's a manufactured name. The actual name of Iraq is actually Ashur, which was the name of our country, Ashur. It's
well, anyway, I think it's pretty cool that you've talked to her, and she'll have a chance to share her own story besides maybe her videos and her experience, because I know she's been through the mill with stuff too. So.
Well, I just think that, I reached out to her and everything, and she's been through a lot in her life for the past couple of years. Now things are starting to change. There's some changes in her life. And I just think that maybe it could be a good thing for her. I think it would. I think she would have a following from a lot of women. Women, she's doing a positive thing. She's bodybuilding, and it's, some people are into it and some people are not, but I don't know, the health and fitness community is not really in our community, but it's out there and stuff. So
I say good for her. I'm glad that you reached out. As you know, it's something I encouraged you to do for months and months and months and months and months, but I'm glad that you did it. So I'm hoping for good things, Marshall, with her presence.
The thing is that I've set up everything for her very easily. All she has to do is just click the upload button, and I could teach her how to go live, and the rest is easy. I've set up everything for her, so it's all going to be easy for her. I've got 5 years experience doing this, so she really doesn't have to do much, but just upload videos, and I could kind of oversee everything, the whole operation as far as the trolls and stuff. And hopefully she does it. If she does, she does. If she doesn't, but I'm putting it out there. I'm giving her the opportunity to assist her in launching it and managing it for her, and teaching her all the little ins and outs and stuff,
That's cool.
That's about all I wanted to say. So
good deal. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, I'm happy I met her in person, and she's a very nice person. So yeah, I wish her nothing but success, and thank you for helping her to get her channel. So all she has to do is upload. You know.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see what. I think that she could definitely grow on YouTube. I think she could. I think she definitely could has potential and stuff. But I think she has to reach the right kind of people that are interested in her sort of a thing. I think I don't know if she would incorporate anything else besides her bodybuilding. She is a pretty flamboyant personality, definitely. My sister is very flamboyant. And I don't know if she would share anything else besides the bodybuilding, or if it would just be that.
Well, I think she'd probably start with that and then branch out to share more, maybe share more of her life and more of her thoughts about living life and being a competition bodybuilder and thoughts on YouTube and all that. So, hey, Andrea, how are you, sweetie? Nice to see you.
Yeah, I think my sister is a very social person, and I think she's not just Janet the bodybuilder. I think she's a very social person, and I think if certain people messaged or wanted to meet her, that she would meet people and be social and stuff. If it's only a certain type of people and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not creeps, but just regular, normal, cool people and stuff. And I think it would just open up a lot of people. Like I said, I think it would just open up a whole new thing. But you know. I'm sure there's people out there that are into health and fitness, and well, probably not if they're watching Hangouts for 8 hours a day. I don't know how many are into health and fitness if they're watching Hangouts 8 hours a day.
Well, Marsha, what's your excuse? Oh, God damn! If you're
I'm not on here 8 hours, so.
Well, I'm saying then you all the more reason you should be in tip top, woo, Ric Flair fighting condition, man. Get out there and do it. Don't shade other people because they're watching Hangouts and shit. That's kind of a nasty thing to do. I mean, what the hell?
Well, you know? It's kind of like a demographic. Think about it, Rosie. If she actually does this YouTube thing, what kind of people is she actually going to bring in? I mean, in other words, you know, new people are going to show up, and it'll be.
I think that people will take her on her own individual merits, Marshall. That's my thought. You might have some fringe people that go on the attack immediately, but I think that there'll be the great body of people will embrace and support, and I'll certainly support her channel and watch her content, and yeah. So
I just think that a lot of women would support her. I do see a lot of women that message her, and I'm sure that there's men out there too. But it's a certain. Let's be realistic. It's not these people that are smokers or drinkers and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
She's an athlete.
Yeah, Oda May. He already asked. He said Oda said, did she give him permission to start her Facebook and YouTube? Not. I think she'll do it. They already talked today, I believe, about.
I've been talking to her, and she's been communicating with me, and hopefully, like I said, she'll shed some light on this whole trolling situation, because she's been kind of she sticks out a lot more than most of my family, because she is a unique person. So the trolls concentrate on her so much. Not as much as my other sisters and stuff, but I hope that she does something. I think that she might be able to take it somewhere and stuff. And I'm just giving her the opportunity to do it and giving her the tools and knowledge, and that's it, So.
Hey, Rosie.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Charlie wants you to say something to
Hey,
him.
Charlie. Charlie, how are you? You got your beautiful haircut and everything. The best looking Charlie. Best looking Charlie in town. What a cutie pie. Charlie.
Oh, God.
I love Charlie. Charlie likes to watch me on when I'm on YouTube. Charlie's tired, huh? Charlie.
Is that a giant poodle?
Yeah, it's a big poodle. What does he weigh now? What's he weigh?
Probably about 45 pounds.
He's gonna be a big boy. He's handsome as can be. He
I
really
walked into an attorney's office one time, and he had this big, giant poodle that was like gray, and it was so well behaved, and it was all groomed up, and it was just hanging around in the attorney's office and stuff.
Well, Charlie's still a handful. He jumps around, like Pam's reindeer had.
He's still a baby. He's 6
Yeah, he's still a baby. Yeah. I like the way Pam's trying to have. We were having a Patreon private hangout. Charlie was going nuts trying to knock the hat off Pam's head over there, getting all up her back and everything, crawling all up. Charlie's awesome. I love you best. Aren't standard poodles the smartest dogs? I think I read something before that they're like super smart.
I have a quick question for Pam. How far are you from Ringgold, Georgia?
I'm about 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason I brought it up is because there's a guy on YouTube named Parkway RV Center, and he's got like a lot of RVs, and he's
not this fucking guy.
he has a lot of Class B camper vans. I actually got banned from over there because I think I don't know if it was just trolls calling or if it was a combination of me just running his vans down on my channel, like talking a lot of crap about his vans. But I think it'd be cool because you're right around the corner. If you could go over there and make some videos and look at, he's got about 15 vans in stock now, actually.
Marshall, let's not go down this road again with Parkway, okay? They don't want to even see hide their hair of you, Dan. That was a really bad experience.
I think it'd be cool that, like, if she could, because she's right around the corner, she could go there and, like, make some videos of those vans over there. And I
guess she could, but she ain't really an RVer per se. I don't think.
I don't think she makes. I don't think she makes content, right? Just hangouts, right? I've never seen her make any content.
Well, they've done content. They've done hangout content, gone in graveyards. And Pam's had surgery and some other shit come down in 2018. So, yeah. Parkway, it's kind of a sore subject here on YouTube. Parkway RV over there with looking. See, Marshall has this tendency when he looks at a rig to not really leave it in the exact condition when he walked in the door to check it out.
Well,
so.
it wasn't that. It was I talked some crap about some of his rigs there, the condition, and I don't know if it was that or a combination of just trolls, but I don't know. Like I said, I just think it's cool that she's around the corner, but I don't think she makes content. But I was just, because I know she mentioned Chattanooga and stuff, so. But I think
there you go. There you go, Pam. You got the Throwdown challenge there to go over to Parkway and video some RVs over.
It's very rare when you have an RV dealership that you live nearby and there's 15 camper vans, because camper vans are hard to find, especially older ones, used ones, and it's just very unique that she's that close by actually, and he's got 15 in stock right now.
Son that is the top seller at the RV park.
Well, my perspective is, like, say if you want to look at those vans, I'm just curious which one you would like. Like, I'm not saying you'd buy one. I'm just saying what would just be.
Yeah, you
just
right. The one I would like.
Yeah.
Would probably be so expensive because I don't believe in. I'm going to want the granite count.
Pam likes to take her home with her with every comfort, like a fucking hot tub in the back, and a damn living room, and 10 slide outs, and all that shit.
Well, one guy told me from France, that was one of my fans from France. He said he had a Chinook, and he told me he told me why women like big RVs. He explained to me really simple. He said because they want to replicate a house on wheels, and that's why women always push men to get the bigger RVs. It's the women, the wife, that always pushes the and actually the Airstream that I videotaped the other day, people that watch me, it was a married couple that had it, and they traded it in for a Class A or C, and because the wife pressured the guy to trade it in. Women always want bigger RVs, more space. That's
Yeah,
how it is.
nothing against what you're driving, but what you're driving wouldn't be big enough for me.
It doesn't have a bathroom either.
Well, actually, mine actually did have a shower and toilet, but I took it out because I just go to the gyms. So I modified it and made more space for myself. If you looked at, a lot of people keep on saying my van doesn't have a shower and toilet. Well, if anybody knows anything about the Lisa Marie, it came with a shower and toilet originally. I modified it, put a bed back there. I actually have a build video called the Lisa Marie build, and I detailed 3 months that I spent on building it, on what I did and why I did what I did. I didn't want the toilet and shower. It was too small for me, the toilet and shower anyway, and it was taking up space. So if people keep on saying that all the time and they don't understand what my van usually was, what I
Marshall, a lot of people that have camper vans, they do use the showers at Planet Fitness, and I think they're just specifically talking about the toileting and things like that. And for me,
he's not a woman.
Yeah,
you can always get a composting toilet. And another thing is that people always mention no toilet. You know how hard it is to find a dump site to dump your black tank? They're not like around the corner and stuff. And plus you have to pay for that. So it's a real inconvenience actually having a black tank and toilet, plus the smell, the chemicals you have to buy to sanitize it, when you could just buy a composting toilet and put it under your bed and you're done with it for $100. So,
well, I hope you get one. That'd be a good thing to get.
And the showers, as far as showers in camper vans, the shower that I had in mine was the absolute worst you could have in a camper van, because it was a fiberglass tub that was too small for me. I stepped in it and it cracked, and it was way too narrow, and it was just a waste of space. So, but if you want to talk about showers in camper vans, look at the older road treks. They have the aisle showers, and that's what I recommend to people. I think, people, maybe Kathy, I assume you're not an RVer and stuff, or you don't know the history of my channel.
Well, I had an Airstream for a long time, a big Airstream.
Right. Well, if you see what my van looked like before, I have a slideshow of it on my channel, and what you see the build video and what I did, you'll realize why I did what I did and stuff. The van and stuff.
And you wanted the bed in the back, and the jungle room.
I have a bed that's at a 5'10" at a diagonal and 43 inches wide in the back, and that's opened up the coach where I have the kitchen on this side, and my living room is open here. And it's opened up because, when you put the jackknife sofa out, you cannot walk in the aisle. You can't open the fridge. It makes the aisleway useless in the coach. So all the newer camper vans, all of them have the bed in the back. So
question for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's really two questions. Number one, do you get extremely lonely since you're the only one? You don't have a passenger. It's just you. So
no, I don't get lonely, because when you live the RV lifestyle, most people that live at home, that live the sticks and bricks lifestyle, what do people do? They're either going to get on the internet, watch TV, or listen to the radio. It's actually lonelier to be at home. But when you're living the RV lifestyle, it forces you to go out and do things, and you interact with people. And it's actually, it's not a lonely life. It's a very social life. And you're always at a coffee shop, or you're at a park, or whatever floats your fancy. So actually, I think sticks and bricks living, if I lived in an apartment, I would be much more lonely and depressed, because what do you do in an apartment? What do most people do? They're going to get on the internet or watch TV. You don't socialize with people. You don't interact with people. So this actually opens you up for, now there are those days where it's rainy and cold and you're in your van 3-4 days and it's like a cozy cabin and stuff. But no, I don't think that it's the complete opposite, actually. It's the complete opposite.
Do you have any plans in the near future to have a girlfriend to travel with you?
No, I think that the best way to travel is to have maybe a caravan of people, or a person to have their own rig. I don't believe I don't like sharing my space with another person. I don't.
Yeah, I think these Class Bs are really suited for caravanning, Pam, with other people.
Unless you had a wide body or something along the lines of a B+, something larger. It all depends on the rig and stuff. but mine is not really, the way it's built is not suited for 2 people and stuff.
You
The
don't
way
get
it is.
scared sleeping out in the middle of nowhere?
Scared?
Yeah. Like I would freak out in the middle of nowhere.
No, actually, well, when I first started doing it, I was scared, but actually in reality, the more rural the environment you're in, the safer you're at, and the more that you're in the city, the more dangerous it is, depending on, like where you're at. So if I was like at a Walmart in Chattanooga where you're at, what's going to go on over there? Basically, there's nothing going on. It's like the country. So, but if I was in, it all depends on the area you're in. I don't think it's scary. It depends on what area you're in, really. So it's like,
well, Marshall, I think we differ a little. I mean, we're, you used to say urban boondocking is the thing. Well, that's what I'm really hardcore urban boondocking. You're a lot more about suburbs and sort of this ring around, say the sketchy areas and things like that. But see, Pam, I don't want to be out in the countryside. I don't want to be out in forest and hearing weird animal noises and stuff. I mean, I feel much safer. Yeah, I mean, I feel much safer in a city, in an urban concrete and asphalt place than I ever would out, strangely, than I would out in the thing. Plus, to me, you get better food selection. You get to be a foodie. You get to try different food experiences, and you have more activities to do, more things to see. Well, about weird animal noises. How you doing, Don? It's just like, I don't know. I'm very shaky around animals, and things are kind of frightening to me. So I like to be in a very urbanized area. So
You don't like to hear coyotes holler?
no, I don't like to hear coyotes. I don't want a polar bear tearing the roof off of the rig, or so. I just want to be, out in the city, and I don't.
I'll be staying with you, Rosie.
You don't like bears or?
Oh, hell no, hell no. I'd rather face an angry gang on a back alley than face down some
Animals are more scared of you than you are of them.
Some horse out in the countryside or something. That's for damn sure. So, hey, Kenny G, how you doing, my friend? So, I mean, it's just my personal preference because, hey, Pamela, because like Elvis said, the food selections, you have good competition for pricing for restaurants. You can get good specials, late afternoon specials, and just the diversity, the sights to see, and the diversity of things to do just makes it.
And thinking about it, it's kind of like when she asked the question about safety. If you're at a rest area somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and in a way you're safe because you're away from a lot of the masses of people, but in another way, if somebody were to pull over and rob you, nobody would ever see anything. So it's kind of like, would you rather be in a ghetto area in a busy truck stop, or would you rather be in the middle of nowhere where your chances of something happening is low, but if something does happen, then nobody would probably ever find you dead? But it's kind of like, but it's also kind of like, listen to this now. You could live in an apartment complex that's dangerous, like a ghetto apartment complex, right? So my point is with the van life, I can go and park in an area where, for example, where I park in Chicago, most of the houses are $500,000 to $1.5 million. So I can do that because I can just turn the key and go there. I don't have to be in the area where you guys hear all about all these murders in Chicago. I don't have to be in that area. I can go and live literally a block away from where $1 million house is at. And that's the power that you have with the van and stuff. And
yeah, that's true.
Don't realize. So
Rosie, Carlos said he had a question.
Okay, go ahead, Carlos. Put your question out there, so I might ask it to Pam and Rick. For me, I'm just excited to be in city urban situations, like being on Devon Avenue and enjoying some of the ethnic food in Chicago. I don't feel like I have to run all the way out to Skokie to be safe, as opposed to just pulling over to a spot on Devon Avenue. I think everything would be A-okay without a lot of problem. That way you don't have to burn up a lot of gasoline running all the hell over the place. to get to. I don't know. I got a better sense of urban areas, I think, than Marshall does. He's much more areas that I think are really elite. He thinks are very sketchy. And
I parked in an elite Jewish area, which is right by Devon Avenue, and then I wanted to park in the shade, and then I had this Jewish family, and I was peeking out the fiberglass top my window, and I had the family looking at me through their living room, and they're kind of like looking at me, and the guy picked up the phone, and I'm like, this guy's probably calling the cops.
Well, then.
yeah, I mean, you're going to be in some neighbor. I'm waiting for Carlos to still post, Pam. I haven't seen his question, but
I see his question. He says,
okay.
Ricky, what do you think Yaba would do?
What do I think Yaba would do?
Yeah, with this podcast, how do you think that's going to come?
I don't know. I don't know her that well. I couldn't tell you.
I say go for it, Pam. Give it a shot. You know, you're not one to back off anything, and just go for it. You know, and
know is from her on MFWs. That's all I know.
oh, okay. Coach said Devon Avenue's not as safe as you thought. Okay, all right.
So Elvis, have you ever thought about going to like the boys' home and getting them for the weekend? Just take, on a little camping trip.
Are you talking
Oh,
about
that-
Big
I'm
Brother? Are
sorry.
you talking about a Big Brother thing, Pam?
Big Brother Association, where they don't have a man in their life.
I don't even know what that organization is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't even know what. Is she talking about the Boy Scouts? Is she talking about the Boy Scouts?
Well, we need to talk, girl.
No, I'm just thinking about.
And let me tell him,
Woo! Woo! No, I'm just thinking Marshall's probably better as a solo act. I'm not saying he doesn't have some heart, but I'm saying young kids kind of needs a certain bit of, it's good to go to a park and that kind of. I'm trying to think of the best way.
For the record, I do not like children. I don't like to be around children at all. I couldn't be a school bus driver. I do not like to be around children or adolescent teenagers. I do not like to, wouldn't do a job. I would never be a school bus driver or a school teacher or anything like that. I don't like kids.
Okay.
Never liked
Wait
kids.
a minute. When you said that you was looking for love, you said if you got kids, it's okay. If you smoke, it's okay. You got pets, it's okay.
Yeah, what about that? All of a sudden, it's okay if you smoking drives you nuts, kids and stuff. So you're okay with that if it's a right?
What I'm saying is that women. When I was talking about looking for love, women that are in their 40s, their children they're in the process of getting out of their lives, because the kid's probably going to be close to 20.
But you know what happens, Marshall? Kids grow up, they reproduce, and they bring them back.
Well, let me give you an example. There's this woman, and I'm not going to say who she is, but there's a woman that I'm kind of interested in a way.
Oh, I knew there was a girlfriend coming.
But no, the thing is that she's like almost 40, and the thing is, their kids have kids, and now you got a 40-year-old grandmother taking care of the grandkid while
they reproduce and bring them back.
Right, exactly. While their kid goes to work, and this is the thing. I've always wondered this. I'm 37 years old, and I remember I got out of high school and I see some of my classmates, and these women are having kids at like 18, 19, 20. And to me, I don't understand the psychology of women. Why would you want to have a kid at 20 years old? I've always thought about that. I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Well, I think some of them probably, of course, regret that, but they
always say the same thing. It was an accident. It wasn't planned.
Well, I probably understand that in a lot of cases. But Marshall, I don't want
This
I
is
don't
what
know about that, but the point was just about, I think Pam's just driving at the companionship aspects, because if you're alone in a van, say for too long, year in and year out, and then you can, you miss your years of companionship. Hello, Greg. You miss, I think that's what Pam's driving at too.
And the that he has a vehicle, and that's what he does, and he loves to do it.
Yeah.
Why not share it and give someone else the happiness, even if it's just for a day?
Well, the thing is that we have a nomadic society and we have a sticks and bricks society, and I want to get into the sticks and bricks society, but not the mainstream. So, in other words, there's people out there that are in the sticks and bricks society that have an open mind. They're not really mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
Are you
So Homestead.
gypsy?
So,
What's that, Pam?
Are you gypsy?
I think she's
Well-
asking if you're Romanian gypsy.
no, of course not. But actually, no. We're actually
You
no.
only had one guy in the community that was, he moved on though. But Marsha, we have Donnie's out here. Penny, let me see. Let me get his channel. Here's another guy that bought a camper van. I want you to be aware of his channel. I'm trying to find it here. It's Don, if you're still here, post up your channel on the side, would you? Hello, Ufta. It's called Penny Saver. He bought a camper van and he's doing a restoration on the camper van. He bought a real nice one and he's doing some really nice work on that. Who was that one? Who was that one guy? I can't remember. Dan Travels. Yeah, that was the one, I think. So
Where do you see yourself from a year now?
yeah, there's his
I like Mike Living Free saying, "My plan is not to have a plan."
Well, yeah, but either way, you planned. Like, what is your plan tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow?
If you think about it, we all of us can live only one day at a time.
Yeah,
And-
Don, what
and-
did you do with your content? You took why'd you take your content off? So I'm sorry, go ahead, Marshall, about
What I
that.
wanted to say is, Pam, is that right now, if I ask you what you're going to do tomorrow, you might be able to give me your itinerary, but something always will happen where your plans could change or be altered.
But
So-
something could happen where they don't get changed or altered.
They don't get changed or altered. But the point is that if I were to ask you, think about how stressful this is. If I were to ask you, give me your itinerary for the next 10 days, right?
Yeah.
It would probably take you a couple hours to tell me, and it would stress you out. It'd be so much stress, right? But if you just take life one day at a time and only one day at a time, it's less stressful. When
Okay.
you go beyond one day, if I sit here and tell you, hey, what are you going to do for the next 10 days, Pam? Give me your itinerary from the time you wake up till the time you go to sleep. It's such a mind fuck that you would be so stressed out, it would take you a couple of hours to even tell me. And I bet you within those 10 days, if I told you we're going to do the next 10 days, shit would happen where it would throw it off. It wouldn't go as planned. You see what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. Okay, I could easily give you an itinerary for 10 days, and I wouldn't be stressed out at all. I don't get stressed out. But what I'm saying is, okay, you want to do one day at a time, so tomorrow would be your first day. So what do you have planned for tomorrow? Is it different than what you did today, or is it?
Well, what I realized in life is this, Pam. There's people that multitask and there's people that focus on one thing at a time. And so if you're, that's what I've noticed is I do better when I focus at one thing at a time. When I focus on trucking, I focus on it, and I got my CDL and I was out there on the road for 2 months because that's all I put my focus in. But when you multitask, when you do more than one thing at a time, you don't put all your energy and effort into one thing, and really the end result is shit.
Yeah, but
So
same thing, Elvis. You, no one else but you, create your own luck. And luck plays a big part in our life, in our choices. So if you don't plan something, you could miss the best thing of your life.
well, the question for everybody is this: what is it when you wake up every day? What is your focus? You might have 3, 4 things, but if you try to do too many things at one time,
Well,
you won't put,
you don't always have to do everything that's on your list, but
well,
it gives you a purpose because you wake up and you have these things that you have to do, right? Therefore, it puts you in the frame of mind of, this is, I got to do this, 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 and this. And
right.
as you accomplish each thing, you start to feel better because you have accomplished it.
Exactly. Like, let me give you an example. I've got to compound and wax this van by hand. It's going to take me 3 weeks to do it. I know that it would take that long for me to do it by myself. So, and then you just focus. You say, you know what? I'm going to get the hood and doors done today. And then you don't overwhelm yourself because you can't get it all done in one day.
That's the way you do it. Yep.
And that's kind of how life is. You can't really wax the whole van in one day. You really can't tackle everything in one day. And that's what I've realized about life. I don't like to fight against the grain anymore. I used to when I was younger. I used to work really hard. I used to work my ass off and work 16 hours a day. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not getting anywhere. And I slowed down. And as I got older, I got more mature and wise, and I started to realize it's not about how hard you work. It's about how you focus on one thing.
Well,
And you slow it down. So my life is right now in slow motion. I slow everything down and stuff. See what I'm saying?
but you can't focus on more than one thing. You don't have to make it just one thing. It's like putting all your eggs in one basket.
I wonder, Pam, sometimes if somebody like Elvis, and not just focus, I wonder if he derives more joy out of, we all have 24 hours in a day. I sometimes wonder if he gets more gusto, more, positive feedback in his 24 hours than, when we've been ham and egging and doing this, things like that. I often wonder.
I mean, think about it. The typical life of a working person. They get up at 6 in the morning, make their coffee, do their thing. It takes them 2 hours to get to work. They get to work at 8. Then they get off at 5, right? Then they got to fight traffic to get back home in 2 hours, and It's already 7 o'clock. And if you think about it, they're putting a lot of time to get very little in return. So what I've noticed in life, it's not how much effort you put in, it's what you do with your time. It's not really it's not how many times you punch the boxing bag. It's like how hard you punch the boxing bag. In other words, if I wanted, I'll give you a metaphor. If I wanted to knock somebody out and I hit him real hard just one time, it might knock him out. But if I just throw little jabs, right, it probably won't knock him out. And that's how I see the working slaves of society. It's just these little jabs, but they're not really getting anywhere because all the money they're making, they're putting it right back into the slave system. Rent, property taxes. It's not going anywhere.
I want to say something.
Property taxes, yeah.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, so don't take this the wrong way. But I think that because you are on YouTube, and let's face it, Elvis, people don't like you. They are very mean, actually. And I think all of the bullshit that you go through every day causes you to not want to make plans like the average person would of what you were going to do. You already feel defeated before you even start. And it's because of the naysayers on here.
No, my destiny is in my own hands, and the people on YouTube don't make my destiny. But my point is that whether you YouTube or not, it's not really how much you work or how many times you jab at the punching bag. It's how hard you hit it. It's how hard you hit it. And you can hit it one time, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. It's not really how much effort you put in. It's what your focus. You focus on your happiness instead of focusing on how many times you punch the bag. It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Marshall, you're almost 40 years old.
And I've never been happier in my life. I've never seen more relaxed in my life.
I would be more happier if I had Savage sitting right here with me.
Yeah, I wonder, that's a question I was getting at. I'm not trying to tweak anybody on the side chat. I'm just saying if somebody is legitimately happy, and I'm not talking about looking down the road and all the regret that comes from, well, oh, gee, Medicare doesn't pay for teeth, or Medicare doesn't pay for eyeglasses, or Medicare doesn't pay for this or that. I'm talking about at the here and now. If somebody derives so much pleasure that they're very happy, that they like the way their life is now.
It's kind of like the definition of happiness, Rosie. Like right now, you're sitting in a room with a bunch of radios.
Here we go again.
And those radios make you happy, right?
Yes,
those
absolutely.
radios make you happy, but you have to have the space to put those radios in, right? Now,
Marshall, you can't live in a van forever. You're almost 40 years old.
Yeah,
At
but
some point in time, you are going to have to think about your future. You don't want to work now. Okay.
I've talked to RVers.
You don't want to work now.
I've talked to RVers that have
You
lived
want to work at 40.
Let's hear Kathy.
What are you going to do later on? You're not going to have any kind of security when you're older, because you have to pay in to receive.
Well, I've actually paid in to receive. I actually received the Social Security statement years ago. I've said this before. I've worked since I was 16 years old. And I received the Social Security statement, and they told me if I were to go to disabled, this was 10 years ago, that I would get $1,175. I worked, and I paid into the system. I've got my 10 years plus in, more than that. But my point is, the point that I'm trying to make is that everybody has a different definition of happiness.
You feel like that you are in your happy place.
Exactly. It's not about how much you have or what you can do a year from now, or it's about happiness, the key word happiness. It's not paper money and belongings, possessions, 4 walls that you have around you and your 60-inch TV. That doesn't equate to my happiness. What equates to my happiness is the experiences in life, the people you meet, the things that you do.
I totally 100% get what you're saying. You are happy when you are driving Lisa Marie, that you are at your happiest. I get that.
Exactly.
So now we know you are at your happiest doing that. We need to find out a way so that you can provide for yourself, so you can drive the Lisa Marie. That way all your supporters will not get angry at you. You don't.
Well, Pam, this is something we've talked about for years.
Well, Pam, every day, let me give you a simple thing here. You're in Chattanooga right now, and I bet you it's in the 30s right now. And I bet you in your home right now, you have the heat on, right?
Well, it's actually warm here. It's unusually warm.
I'm in a t-shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just tell you how simple my life is, right? Like, I'm in Florida now, and it's comfortable to sleep without air conditioning or heat right now. I live in a van. That by itself is so valuable to me that I know that, you know what? I don't have to run a generator or have heat or air conditioning, and I can sleep in my van out in a parking lot somewhere comfortable. That means so much to me. It's worth so much to me that you can't even put a price on it. You can't put a dollar number on it.
I get
you see what I'm saying?
from. I get where you're coming from. That's your home. That is your home.
And
But-
when you live a sticks and bricks life like you guys, you'll never comprehend my life because you haven't walked a mile in my shoes. You haven't lived a life. You can't comprehend and understand it because you live a sticks and bricks. When it gets hot, you turn the AC on. When it gets cold, you put the heater on. You can't comprehend my life.
But here's where the problem comes, is when you start begging for money for people to help because you don't have any, then all of your fans turn on you. So
well, also, like, let me just interject. Traveling said also, this doesn't e-begging have a stress of its own, not knowing about having food in a week or whatever. Is that not stress equivalent to wondering where your next paycheck's coming from when you
the thing is that when you talk about e-begging or fan,
I'm not talking about support, just asking people
whatever the term that you want to use, and I've termed it like this before. YouTube, it's a no-brainer, and I know you're monetized, Pam. YouTube is a no-brainer. It's a 1099. We're 1099 self-contractors to YouTube. I mean, to Google. Now, I don't consider when you do Super Chat, GoFundMe, PayPal, it's like tipping. When you go to a restaurant, you tip a waiter.
Right.
When you tip a bartender and stuff.
But you
and
don't.
Right now, we're living in the 21st century.
No, but
I'm an entertainer. Let's face it, I'm an entertainer and stuff.
I'm going to tell you right now, you would get more tips if you didn't ask for them. If my waitress come and asked me for a tip, I wouldn't tip her as well as if she didn't me. Give it a
Well, you know, Pam, I have honestly, and Marshall knows that I've tried to model the behavior of positive content, and then people just passively, if they want to, support that. But I cannot tell another person how to live their life. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Pam, when you're, let me give you a scenario. If you're stuck in a parking lot in Elisa Marie and your steering column is broken and you don't know when they're going to call the tow truck to tow you, when the police are going to come, when the store manager is going to come out, and you're at a crunch of time and you're in a parking lot somewhere on private property. And if I took the mindset that you're saying, hey, don't ask, just sit there like a sitting duck, it doesn't work out like that. That's not how real life works.
But you don't, Marshall. You go on and you say, I'm broken down. I need, a tow truck, blah, 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 blah.
What I'm saying is when you're
pay your taxes.
When you're out here on the road, real life hits. Real life has hit me.
Real life hits when you're sitting in your house.
No, because
I had my pipes freeze. I've had a plumber here 3 times. That's real life.
Right. Now, if people, I don't know, most people that watch YouTube, from what I noticed, they're either on a disability check or they have a set, look, their life is predictable. Most people who live a sticks and bricks life, their life is predictable because they either have a disability check they're sitting on, okay, or they have a job, a 20, 40-hour job, 40-hour week job, whatever it is, or they have it's a repetitious life. The sticks and brick life is repetitious. But when you're on the road, and I've been living on the road in my rig since August of 2015, this August will be 4 years. Anything can happen at any time. And when it comes to maintaining a motorhome, it costs money, and anything can happen at any time. It's not it's an unpredictable life.
It happened. My pipes bust.
But it's
right.
It's a repetition that the Lisa Marie
costs money. And I wasn't on here saying, you guys pay me taxes, because I got
right now. If your plumbing gets clogged, you call the plumber. You pay him $100. If my transmission goes out, that's a few $1,000. So
you ain't gonna touch a plumber for $100.
So do you think that Weezer can dump out $200 or $300 for a plumber?
no. Nope.
I don't know what her income is. I just know that a sticks and bricks life is it's a lot less challenging than a mobile life. Because let me give you an example. If you live in a sticks and bricks and you need air conditioning, all you need is to get a $100 AC from Walmart. When you're doing this, you have to have a generator and you have to have an AC.
Well, when you're in a home and you run an air conditioner, you better have some money to pay the power bill. When the power bill is $333.
Right. But a sticks and bricks life there's no challenge to it and stuff. You just go, like I said, you go get a $100 AC from Walmart, throw it in the window, and you're done. But when you're living this life, you have to have a generator, you have to have fuel, you have to have your AC's got to be working. So there's more to it because it's nomadic. There's more to it than being, there's no challenge to the sticks and bricks life. Anybody can do it and stuff. I've did it before.
Can't you get?
I've replaced my refrigerator. I've replaced my washer and dryer. I've been having my house redone. There's videos up. Not many. I ain't made one in a couple months, but I will.
Bought cars.
Plumbing issues I've been going through. Okay. Yes, my house is paid for. I still have, property taxes. I still have utilities. My air conditioners need to be replaced by summer. I'm not out there with a GoFundMe or having people, quote unquote, pay me taxes. This is my responsibility.
Well, again, people have an opinion. If you people have an opinion where you think somebody should work a 9-to-5 job and not make money on YouTube for whatever they're doing, if that's an opinion that you have. It's an opinion. Like you can say, it's like saying anything to anybody. Hey, go work at McDonald's for 40 hours instead of doing something else. But right now, in this time and day and age, everybody out there under the sun has fan funding. Now, what's the difference between me and all of them? After I did what I did on Super Chat last year, and I was making $500 or more a day on Super Chat, all the other RVers saw what I did, and they came out and opened their Super Chat up. I was the first person in the RV community that revolutionized the Super Chat. They all came after me and started opening up the Super Chat. I opened up the eyes to the RV community. They all came, Mike Living Free, and the rest of them. Now, I don't know about your community because I'm not from the drama. I'm talking about RV community. They all opened it up after they saw what I did. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not saying Super Chat is a bad thing. I'm not saying that. And I've given money to people that I wanted to give money to because I thought they did a good show. And there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is there any way possible that tomorrow or the next day, a day that you don't have anything planned, you have nothing to do, that you could go and do a job so that you could have some pocket money on those rainy days?
Well, that's my personal business that I don't need to share with YouTube, because YouTube is about my van life, and what I choose to share with people, that's like my choice and stuff. If I go get a job with a security company, I'm not going to come report to you, Pam, and say, hey, I work for Securitas and I'm working at the AT&T site and I'm making $10.25 an hour. I don't need to. That's none of anybody's business and stuff. For me to give the intimate details of my life or what I'm doing outside of, I have the choice to choose to share what I want to share with the people and stuff. I don't have to. You see what I'm saying?
I agree.
I have that choice.
I agree too. I mean, there's no requirement that you do that. I mean, people just give you options to think about.
No, but I decided to share the trucking with people because they kept on saying that I couldn't do it. And beyond the shadow of a doubt, I showed them that I could do it. I showed them my CDL. and that's why I showed it. But if I went and got a job at McDonald's tomorrow, I'm not gonna show that to people because it really doesn't make a difference if I got a job at McDonald's tomorrow.
You blew through an $8,000 PayPal. Jesus, Jenny Christmas. Blew through it.
$8,000. That was over the years.
I'm sorry, not PayPal. Go fund me. I'm wrong.
That didn't come all at one time. With YouTube, things comes in spurts. Like people come and go and it goes in spurts and stuff. But I just look at it this way. You got Tucker is asking for money. People are giving him money. Why doesn't nobody have a problem with him? He's getting a super chat.
Tucker gave it, and they gave every penny of it, including what they made off their channel, to charity.
How do we know that though? Is there any receipts?
Because they showed it. Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. What is the purpose of him raising money for St. Jude's when people can just directly raise money for St. Jude's by myself? Why do I have to give it through Tucker and stuff? I can do it by myself.
Let me answer that, Marshall. That's a good question. And I've answered it once before and said this. Yeah. When you get a crowd situation around and you get a frenzy like happened the last day on Tucker's fundraiser for St. Jude, did you see what happened that last 2 hours, that last 3 hours? If you had a direct link, you never would have had the frenzy of giving that occurred, but people wanted to be part of that group situation, just like a Jerry Lewis telethon. They could just have a direct link and nobody would ever know, but they want to be part of that final push in a group activity that everybody spurs everybody else on. It was genius, that type of thing. You're going to raise the most money on the last day of the event, and he did that. Why not have a direct link? That's what I do.
Okay, let me ask you,
you're going to have
money from St. Jude, but why is he
is to have that competition where somebody showed up in the side chat and said, I'm going to give it 100 if somebody else donates 100.
I get that, but why is he streaming me? Why is he streaming my content? Let him raise money for St. Jude, but why is he streaming me?
Because he believes it's a zero-sum game. He believes a dollar that goes to St. Jude's is a dollar that doesn't go to you. Now, I don't necessarily.
Most people who donate are trolls anyway. They're not going to donate to me anyway.
Well, I don't necessarily believe it, but look at the positive aspect that came out of that. With the huge donation that was made to, I think, something on the order of $7,000. I mean, how can I feel? But yeah, I agree they wouldn't have given to you anyway. But what a nice rallying point.
Well, obviously, and now I've said this before about Tucker. There's Canadians that come down here to Florida who have Class B motorhomes, who have mobile homes. They're enjoying life, and of course, if you're sitting in cold Canada and there ain't shit to do in the wintertime, if that's all he has to do, he must be bored out of his fucking mind to sit at home and sit on the internet and do what he's doing.
He's waiting for a heart transplant.
Yeah, like I'm thinking this guy is bored out of his fucking mind. I mean, I don't know what his life is, and I commend him for doing the same Jude thing, but he must be bored as fuck.
Marshall, there's limited things that he's able to do right now with his heart situation that I don't want to discuss on here, but I'm just saying for him to provide a point where people could at least have a feel-good factor for raising money for a cause that we all believe in, I thought was very noble. And I thought it showed the community in the best light what could be done here and not the worst light. So I just think for that reason and that reason alone, that we could all agree that was a positive thing. Now, does it affect you? No, I don't think it affects you in any particular way because the people, yeah. And but I think for other people, it gave a feel-good factor of doing something positive here. So that's the only thing I'm saying. Okay. Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Rosie.
Nice to see
you.
You
took a vote.
Colleen from the Big Island of Hawaii here. Colleen, I've got Kathy.
Like I said, I'll say this and I'll say it again. whatever his health problem is, whatever he's got going through, obviously somebody's got to be really bored out of their mind to do what if that's his life. If that's like he's got really nothing. Like he's bored out of his mind and stuff.
Well,
So
Well, and now he's raising money to send care packages overseas to Iraq, to Iran, to the people in the service, not just Americans.
okay, let me say this now. I'm going to challenge Tucker to do this. I'm going to challenge him to do this if you're watching, Tucker. Why don't you raise money for the Assyrian military in Syria and Iraq that's protecting Christians from getting slaughtered by Muslims?
Whoa, wait.
Why don't you raise money for that, for something like that, instead of being the racist that he is against my people and stuff? I challenge you to do that.
Sending money to the service people's being racist?
I'm talking about he said a lot of bad things about Middle Eastern people, but why don't
you support your people?
I've supported my people many times.
No, we support you.
No, I'm talking about the Assyrian military that's in Syria and Iraq.
That's fine.
Protect Christian people. I want to know, I'm calling him out on this right now if he's watching. Why doesn't he raise money for that, for the Assyrian military in Iraq and Syria?
Well, maybe he will.
I don't know. Maybe because they're cutting people's heads off.
I wouldn't be surprised for Marshall if he had a GoFundMe set up to fund the Assyrian Liberation Army tomorrow. So,
well, I don't think he will, because he said a lot of racist things about my people. And stuff.
I'm just saying that what I'm saying is we cannot.
And I'm calling Vinny out on it too. Why doesn't Vinny raise money for the Assyrian military to protect the Assyrian families from getting slaughtered by Muslims in the Middle East?
Because that's not a cause they support.
There's Assyro, there's the MPU. There's a lot of organizations out there that they could donate to.
We're in this country, I guess, Marshall, and this is kids with needs is something we don't have to ever think twice about supporting that, And,
I'm going to hate me, but I agree with Elvis.
There's people out there that have different needs for all different kinds of stuff. But I don't think he'll do that because he's a racist.
No, he's not.
I don't believe there's not a racist bone in his body, Marshall. I'm sorry.
The whole time.
Because he can't positively support something does not default that he's a racist, and that's for sure. It's just there's a lot of causes in the world. People actually voted on the side chat. What do you want to support? And a lot of things were thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the St. Jude's, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, and I certainly think that that's a good thing.
Well, I want to know how many people will support the Assyrian military and see if these people are donating are racist or not.
There is no Assyrian military.
There is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is. We have an Assyrian military.
From what country? From what country?
In Iraq and Syria that's helping protect.
No, that's the United States. It's the United States.
No, it's not. It's not. United States is out of there. They're not doing anything anymore. They're out of there. You
haven't watched the news lately, have you?
The United States is not protecting Assyrian Christians. They're not. They're just in the green zone in Baghdad. They're not in northern Iraq. They're not in Syria and stuff.
How often do you watch the news, and are you up to date on anything that's going on outside of your tin box?
I watched the State of the Union speech by Trump. I loved it. It was great.
That's not reality. That's his perspective on reality.
Yeah, but that's what I want to know.
Well, that's why you're skewed too. And if you want other people to donate to causes, why don't you support yourself? Why do you have to have other people buy parts, buy your food, things like that? Why can't you, an able-bodied man, 37 years old?
Why do you tip a waiter when you go to the restaurant?
Because I know that they've done a hard job and they don't get paid near enough for what they do.
I don't get paid near enough either on YouTube. So
what do you do?
What do I do?
Yes. What is your job title?
I'm an entertainer. I'm a content creator.
No, you're not.
I got 2.7 million views. I got 3,000 videos. I'm the real deal. I'm not just an avatar like you sitting behind an avatar.
You're the only one that says that. There's not another person on this earth that's saying that to you. You believe it because it comes out of your mouth, but in reality, you're not.
All right, let me ask you something. Tell me one thing you've accomplished on YouTube. Do you even have content or a channel?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's on the big island of Hawaii. She worked with a coffee.
Okay, all right. Let me give you a news flash here. I have the #1 video in the world of the Airstream B190, which is a very sought after camper van. The #1
You're
video.
delusional. You're delusional.
I'm telling you the truth. Look
You're
up
delusional.
Airstream B190 and it comes up with my video. I am a very well-known person in the
In
RV
your own
community.
mind.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves. I'm telling you. I'm giving you an example.
And what does that pay? And what does that pay you?
That's something that's against terms of service that I can't discuss with you. It's against.
Okay, so now you're chimping out on that.
No, it's none of your business. And plus,
I'm not asking you what you make. I ask you what you have made and what you plan to make. You're not okay, but when you go on and you want people to give their hard-earned dollars that they've worked for you because poor me, I don't have bread. I can't even afford $1 for a bottle of water.
Same thing. Why would you give your hard-earned dollars to a waitress? They're not making enough.
Because they're performing a service for me.
Well, people who
are paid under minimum wage. They count.
Have you and have you ever waited tables? Have you ever worked in a restaurant? Do you know what those people do?
But it's your opinion.
No, it's reality because I've been there.
It's an opinion that you have. When you
work a commission,
have you ever worked a job on a commission?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I used to work.
I was a civil servant.
I used to raise money for the Special Olympics of Ohio and California. And when I used to get a donation from people, guess what?
Well, that's where it all started then, apparently.
I used to keep part of that donation that they used to donate for the Special Olympics of Ohio. I worked on a commission. I just heard the other day that if you go to AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts, if those guys sell you parts in the store, they get a commission. And they were pissed off at me because I was ordering stuff online to save money. Okay?
Well, any of us can do that.
Even the guys at the auto parts store are working on commission when they sell you a part.
I can't believe that they would be pissed off. Came in to pick it up because you ordered.
In this world of life, we have
it's because it's because you bitch about every single penny you spend, but it's not your penny that you're spending. It's the people that so-called pay their taxes to you that you're spending the money. It's not a penny that you've earned.
It's anything with anything in life. If you have a profession where you
if you have a job, you almost slipped. You almost slipped.
Hold
you
on
almost
a second.
said a job.
A YouTube is a job. It's a 1099 Schedule C. I'm a 1099 Schedule C.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have a complaint about you making money on YouTube. I have a complaint you begging people for money because poor me, Elvis. I don't have bread to eat. Poor me. I don't even have $1 for a bottle of water.
In technicality, the super chat is AdSense. That is earnings on YouTube. That's a job. GoFundMe and PayPal is donations. I don't have to pay 1 penny in taxes on that. Because it's
wait until the IRS catches up to you.
Call the IRS, honey. I'm waiting for you. Call them. Please call them.
I don't need to call them. There's people that've been before me.
Yeah, because you know what? I had 2 FBI agents. Because when you get famous,
here you go.
Let me give you an example.
Old
when you
story.
get famous like me, you're used to having 4 cops around you and 2 FBI agents pulling out their big leather wallets and coming up to your van. I'm not spooked by it, okay? I've had that happen in Chicago.
No, I see what spooks you.
Famous like me, that's what happens. But I'm used to that. I'm used to talking to the police, to the FBI, and I'll talk to the IRS.
Oh, good Lord, you're so delusional.
But that's the reality and truth of what happens when you get famous. But you'll probably never get to that point.
I don't want to be famous.
Yeah. You'll probably never get to that point.
Because I worked hard to be where I'm at. I worked 15 years for the state of California to be where I'm at. And I love my life. I live in Hawaii. I live in the lap of luxury.
The taxpayers paid your life. You better
Oh,
be
no,
lucky
they
that
didn't.
did that.
Oh, no, they didn't. I've paid in every penny that I get. I've paid in.
You worked for the taxpayers.
No, sir. You don't know anything about me. I worked for this. Yes, I worked for the state. But our department, we earned our own money.
You were sponsored by the people. You took people's tax money.
Marshall, because somebody has a state or federal job doesn't mean they sit there with a thumb up their ass. People.
You know
what I did, Marshall? I count.
My dad told me this. My dad
Why
told me
don't you
this.
listen for a minute? You might learn something.
Learn something from a state employee.
Honey, I know a lot more than you do.
Marshall, a worker is a worker is a worker. Does it matter really where their income comes from? They all punch the clock.
She doesn't have an entrepreneurial spirit. She's never sold. You don't understand.
You don't know that. I started working when I was 13 years old.
I ran a glass shop. I run an auto business.
Marshall, she runs a coffee farm. Okay.
She says she worked as a state employee pushing paper in a cubicle.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I mentored 18 to 25-year-olds. I gave them tools to be successful in life.
The greatness of America is the entrepreneurial spirit that we all have.
You don't know what else I've done.
We all have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Have you ever owned a business?
Yes, I have.
What?
I've ran an auto business for my dad.
No, that was your dad's business. I mean you. I have.
That was my business.
I've had 3 businesses. Very successful.
And I'm very successful too.
No, right?
I'm a very successful.
You're sitting in a piece of shit tin can with brakes and wheels that are going to fall off, and tomorrow you're going to be begging, oh no, now my radiator's gone, or oh now my water pump's gone, or what's the next crisis, Elvis? What's going to be tomorrow? What are you going to call? What are you going to ask for?
Well, my rig, I just done a great job on my rig. My rig is great.
I saw what they did, and there's a lot of other people that saw what that guy did.
Mm-hmm.
You pissed that guy off, and he fucked you over.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't fuck me over.
Yeah, he did, because, honey, I'm also a mechanic. And when I saw that...
I know a lot of women don't know a lot about mechanics, but if you get a fucking...
I was a fleet manager. Don't tell me I don't know nothing about it.
I paid this guy $100 to put...
Yeah, and you were supposed to pay him too, and you pissed him off, so we broke off the studs on your wheels.
Yeah, well...
What about that one? And how are you going to get that fixed? You're running danger. You're going to kill some... Do you realize you're going to kill some family? Because your piece of crap, Lisa Marie, has not been serviced, it's not been repaired properly, and you go down the road and your front end shakes like it's going to fall out. And you go 40 miles an hour on the freeway.
I don't think
you're a danger to yourself and everybody else around you.
I don't think you know a lot about cars.
I do.
I really don't think you do, honey.
Pam or Kathy, do you have anything you guys want to add or anything to? Because we're just kind of plowing the same ground here, but I'm glad Colleen had a chance to come on and have her say about that. This is just Colleen.
Well, no, and I'd like to say one other thing. Sure. Is we are a good group of people out here, and Marshall, the only reason people give you such grief is because we see the potential in you, but you don't. You are a very smart man. You don't put that to use. If you applied yourself to something, you could be something. You wouldn't have to beg on YouTube for your bread.
I don't, like I said.
When you got the trucking job, everybody was elated for you. Everybody was patting you on the back and going, go, you got this, man. Yeah, go. This is great. And then, you couldn't handle the daily means that most of us have to go through. And that's where I feel sorry for you. Is because you are a smart man. You are a smart man.
You can't speak for trucking because you don't have a CDL and you're not a truck driver.
Honey,
So
my stepdad taught me how to drive a logging truck before I ever drove a car.
Right. So you can't really speak for trucking because you don't know.
Yes, I can.
But
Marshall, you're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. You have the potential to be great.
I already am great. I've already
No, you're in your own mind. You are. If you went out and you got and you're going and you come back here the next day and you go, you know what, guys?
Pam and Rick are great. Okay.
I think this
I am great because I have accomplishment. Colleen, I have.
Well, see, that's where your ego is in the way.
I have accomplished something that you'll never able to accomplish.
And what's that?
Vegas Vixen.
I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing. And I've accomplished a lot of things in life. And I'm only 37 years old. You're probably, I don't know if you're in your 50s or 60s. But one thing that you got to realize, if you ask yourself, if I ask you one question, Colleen, what are you really good at? What are you really good at?
I'm not good at just one thing. I'm good at a lot of things. So
yeah. She's a Jill of all trades.
Now the thing is, I can prove to you. I can tell you one thing here, and I'll just go back to this. My #1 video on my channel.
Yeah, Pam.
Let me just say this. My #1 video.
Pam's got her hand up.
Pam's got her hand up. She may have to use the restroom. Hold on a minute.
Let me just say this. My #1 video on my channel is the Starflight, spelled STARFLYTE.
It's a great video.
It's a class B, whatever. It's a wide body, the Starflight. Now, it has 365,000 views. Okay. And it is the #1 most viewed video on that model motorhome, the #1 in the world, and it's
that's the first thing that you would put on your resume.
No,
that's your biggest accomplishment.
No, I'm just putting that out there now. The #1 video on that motorhome, and then I'll say #2.
So that's your star.
The Airstream B190 is a legendary rig. The whole world knows what an Airstream B190 is.
Let Pam talk.
Let Pam talk.
Let Pam talk.
Okay. You said #1 accomplishment, right? That you didn't feel like anybody would have one, correct?
No, I don't think any of you can say you're the best at what you do. I can prove it by just these 2 videos that I'm the best at what I do. When it comes to small motorhomes, I'm the best at what I do, and I have 2 videos to prove it.
What do you do?
You can't prove to me that you're the best at what you do, Pam.
Let her try. Let's hear. Damn.
Nope.
But you can't
famous.
But you can't do what I do either. You can't do what I do either with motorhomes. You'll never be able to reach my level of motorhomes.
I don't want
Never. Exactly. Everybody's got a God-given talent of something different. And what I'm saying is, I have 2 videos to prove, and I'm talking that model motorhome. Look it up. And when you look it up on Google, it comes up with my video. Google says that I'm the best in the world. And the Airstream B190 is not a van to make. That is a legendary. It is a van that the whole world knows about. It is a legendary a rig that there's a big. It's called. Look up B190 enthusiast forums. B190. It's got a huge following.
Marshall, it's a great video. It's the best video you've done. I agree. It's classic.
That's singular. The point.
Pam, they meant you were
And
accidentally.
I can prove, and I can prove, like I said, I had the videos to back up that I'm the best at what I do. None of you on this panel have. If I can ask you one question, what is the best? What are you? Do you have some physical proof to show me you're the best at what you do? And I bet you none of you can answer
Yes.
that. I can
She gave Christmas to
Yeah.
300 families.
Pam, I want you to repeat that because you were off, you were muted. So tell your story again.
Wait a minute. I know one thing that nobody has ever done on here that we did is take somebody's DMs and sold them on
Oh shit.
and give the money.
Let's move past that, Pam. Let's hear about the 37,000.
And you got that?
Holy
We're
shit.
not talking about fundraising. We're talking about an accomplishment in life.
This impacts people's lives here. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying to you is what I'm good at, and I'm very good at it. Not just anybody can do it, but I can do it, and I'm good at it. And I raised, with the help of the porch, $37,000 in 2 weeks. $37,000.
Hey, I got something funny for you guys. I know Vegas Vixen is really good at doing one thing. Woo! If you know what I'm talking about.
Let's keep it on the positive.
Listen, I know she's the very best at one thing.
There's Rory. How you doing, Rory?
Doing good.
Sake.
Woo!
That
She's
was
really good at one thing, Pam. She really is.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good at making curing videos. That's what I'm good at.
also have,
Why do you have to go to the lowest denomination? I mean, really.
we also have the hurricane money. We raised a ton of hurricane money in a very short time.
Mhm.
And yes,
Yep, sure did.
we have saved people from getting their lights and water cut off. And
Mhm.
I have videos. I mean, it's better. It's always better to give than it is to receive.
Yes, I agree.
And
Yep.
I've given a lot
And we did give a lot.
to a lot of people.
We give a lot of DMs out
Yep.
there.
Oh Lord.
Makes you stand tall and it makes you feel good.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing that you do that. But my question was specifically, what are you the very best at? And you really didn't answer the question. Can you really
She
say
did
you're the
answer the
best in
question.
world?
She's the very best at raising funds for other people in this community.
I'm very, very good at listening to people when they have problems. I'm very good at figuring out how to help them and resolve the problem.
But look, you have to give credit where credit is due. I am a unique individual in many aspects on
No,
YouTube.
you're singular.
And like Colleen, I don't know, she's probably from the drama community. I've seen her
Nope.
name come and go, whatever she's from. But Colleen, that's a question to you too. Can you tell me one thing that you believe you're the best at in the world? Truly the best in the world at what you do? I can prove. I told you I got 2 videos of two particular motorhomes.
But you know what I have? You know what I have that you don't have, Marshall? You know what I have that you don't? A kind heart and a caring heart.
I don't see you caring for anybody.
Oh, I sure don't care about you.
You criticize.
No, you didn't. Then you have not heard a word I've said.
Well, you don't give credit where credit is due. You have to
Okay,
realize
okay. You have the best
I
video
have the
of doing the motorhome, whatever. Okay,
Yeah,
That's-
you have to.
that's
give credit
singular.
where
That's one
credit is due.
thing. That's one thing.
That's
I
an
raised-
accomplishment. Don't you think that's an accomplishment to have
Okay,
2
I'll
videos
Yes,
that are the number
Marshall.
1 video on
Yes,
that
Marshall.
motorhome
It's
model in the
your
world? 2 of them.
accomplishment, and you're proud of that. I get that. What else?
Many other things. I've accomplished
What?
a lot of other things in life.
What?
I've been on the front
Have
page.
you
of
raised
the
children? Have you mentored
Yeah.
children?
I've raised.
Have you held
Yeah.
a dying friend's hand?
I've raised.
Have you wiped away a tear? Have you ever had love?
Marshall,
I've done a lot.
Marshall,
I've done a lot of things in life.
Marshall, I have raised 5 children.
Yep.
2 of which I adopted.
Yep.
Take away the 5, and I've raised over 100 children through foster
But
care.
the specific question is not accomplishments in your lives. It's a specific question. Can you say you're the best at one thing, the very best at what you do? At one thing.
The very best at being me. I'm damn good at it.
But that doesn't make you unique.
There you go, Pam. Everybody.
Oh, Pam is
be
unique.
The very best that you can be. That's what the whole point of life is. Be the very best of what you are, who you
And
are.
I've proven it with these 2 videos beyond the shadow of a doubt.
I think they have the most entertaining chat like on YouTube when they're on point with their comedy and stuff. I think it's the place to be. It's a fucking riot. They're great entertainers.
I love to pride myself in saying and having YouTube and saying I'm the very best at this one thing, even if it's 1 video or 2 videos. But
YouTube's
I have the
not real life.
It's real life. Yeah, it is.
It is not real life.
I see where you're
It
saying
is.
you got that one thing and you're very proud of it. So you just gonna settle for the one thing, or are you going to accomplish more?
I'm gonna accomplish more. Hey, I'm only 37. I got a long way to go.
Then you better start planning.
Well, okay, you preach the Bible, Marshall. So
I'm gonna solve this.
Say you know it. You know tomorrow is not promised.
Is that a pecker hat?
I got a condom hat.
There we go.
Oh,
That's funny as hell.
that's the way to lighten the mood.
There you
go. Right there. That's what we do best.
Yep, there we go.
Make people laugh.
Oh shit.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Barry Windham. Look up Barry Windham. You know Barry Windham, Pam? He was a 4-horseman wrestler, but he was.
Good Lord.
No, really. Now your husband looks like Barry Windham right now.
That's my
right
brother.
now.
Brother.
Do you know who Barry Windham is?
It's winking at y'all.
No, I don't know. I never heard of Barry Windham. Who in the hell is that?
He was a professional wrestler. He was a big name in wrestling, and now he's an older guy. But he was
John Cena is sexy, but we all know it's a show.
Forgive me, I fell behind
Elvis.
on wrestling.
Elvis, what wrestler do you most think about?
Ric Flair.
Like, what do you think you're most like?
Ric Flair.
I think I'm a combination of a lot of wrestlers. I think I'm a lot like the Iron Sheik, Ric Flair, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, just a conglomeration of bad guys, villains. I always loved the bad guys in wrestling. When I got older, I liked the good guys when I was a kid.
And when you do
You nailed that one.
Best of what you do.
There you go,
do you channel
Colleen.
these people in? Do you channel the
You know what?
personalities?
I'm going to say, Colleen.
I pride myself on being the dirtiest player in the game.
Marshall, my turn.
Yeah.
Tell you what Colleen does. She makes a hell of a goddamn coffee. I'm going to tell you that, man. On her plantation, she shipped us some of her coffee out of there. Oh my goodness, man. That's what she does better than anybody, brother.
It's the nectar of life.
I bet you she lives in Tennessee, right?
No, she lives on the big
I'm
island.
in Hawaii.
She lives on Hawaii.
I live every day is a wonderful day.
One thing that I tried in Hawaii that I wanted to tell you about.
Coffee.
One thing I tried in Hawaii, Rosie. Have you tried the hazelnut chocolates that have the coconut in them?
Yes, it was Hilo Hattie and some of the ABC stores and all that. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's not Kona coffee though.
I was there for 9 months, and I could, it was a fun experience. So I knew all the macadamia nuts, chocolate covered macadamia nuts, the coconut, the 2-scoop plate lunch, all that kind of stuff. So
Rick's
Rosie,
nut.
we got to go there, Rosie, so we can meet Roseanne Barr.
absolutely, yeah.
Rick's nut.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, that's one thing you were asking. What do you do better than anybody else? She raises hella good coffee, man. That's what she does.
Yep. It's not me. It's the island.
Well, it's the island, but I'll tell you, got to know when to pick it, when to do all that. I mean, we all have a skill, right? We all.
Yeah, and chase the pigs.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, in your opinion, what's better, like a percolator or like a regular coffee pot or a Keurig? Like,
well, it depends on if I sent whole beans, and it kind of depends on how you grind it. You can grind it as a coarse grind, which is like for a percolator, or you can do a fine grind like an espresso.
Oh,
So it just kind of.
How do you drink your coffee? Like, how do you do it?
I don't drink coffee.
Oh,
There we go.
I think the best coffee is chicory coffee from New Orleans, Cafe Du Monde.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Caffeine's
Du Monde
a
is an
drug, right?
excellent
Caffeine's a drug. Coffee's a drug, kind of.
Caffeine-
Well,
the secret to dealers, you just don't do it.
I never. Well, see,
right?
when I was growing up, my mom drank instant coffee, so I never had that coffee smell in my house. So it wasn't something that I was brought up in. Now, my ex-husband, he drank coffee, and my daughter, she's a coffee connoisseur. So she gets care packages every 3 months of coffee. So
chicory, yeah.
Is it true? I heard on the news that they are going to pass a law in Hawaii that 30 and under would be illegal to smoke cigarettes.
That's correct.
Yes, they're actually they under 100. It was. I saw the article today.
They just
by 2024, they want to ban all smoking on the islands.
That's it.
Completely ban the vaping, regular tobacco cigarettes.
Lord,
and
I got to get there before that happens.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're very determined. They're very determined to stamp out all smoking on the Hawaiian Islands.
well, we're pretty progressive in a few things. We haven't had plastic bags for groceries and things here for over 5 years.
Yeah,
they're now going to outlaw straws.
Yeah, they've done that here, and both of them have been done for about the same amount of time.
I got a quick question for Rosie, and this is just: did most Americans move to Hawaii because of the military families?
Yeah, I would say that was probably what brought most, and then building up the island trade and servicing Pearl Harbor and Schofield.
Well, the Hawaiian Empire was taken over by the government of the United States.
Yeah, King.
They were illegally, just like the Indians on the reservations. Their land was taken from them.
It was Queen Ilialukalani. I think she was the last queen.
Well, and King Kamehameha and
Do we have like any as far as military? Do we got anything over there like as far as
you have the whole Pacific Fleet.
Yeah.
Do we have anything?
I have a personal question.
Like nuclear warheads?
Well, they're never going to tell you, but I'm sure.
No, we had the nuclear scare here, though. That was a real terrifying 30 minutes a year ago.
Yeah.
When one of the guys in the emergency, oh shoot.
They pushed the button, right?
He pushed the wrong button, and he put out the alert that we had incoming ballistics. And for 30 minutes, we didn't know if we were going to live or die. And that was right. It was right before, or it was right as Kim Jong-il was flexing his muscles and testing his rockets and things.
Yeah.
And
our, line screw was there. One of our fellow YouTubers in and out of the community. He was vacationing there when that came down.
Did that guy
it was crazy. I mean, I was home by myself. I just sat in the chair and cried. I didn't know what to do.
Well, so as far as military might, what do we have there, Rosie? As far as like submarines,
aircraft carriers are based there. There's tons of nuclear assets there.
Well, and here on the Big Island, we have a huge training facility up on Saddle Road it's up on the volcano, and they fly in the big Blackhawks.
Yeah, and your big super friend Joe King was stationed at Schofield Barracks up on Oahu too.
And they just commissioned 2 more submarines too.
Kaneohe Air Force, the air base. Wheeler, I don't know if it's Wheeler Field was over there on Kaneohe. There's a lot of military assets. It's a huge military operation there. Per capita, it's probably the most militarized state in the Union.
Well, Guam too.
Yeah, of course, Guam is a very forward base, but you keep your best assets a little bit distanced away from Asia, so Hawaii fits the bill perfectly. Well, listen, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down.
Wait a minute. Marshall, and don't be insulted. I'm just asking because basically I'm nosy. Do you consider yourself bisexual?
Do I consider myself bisexual?
Yeah.
What about you? What are you?
I'm straight.
You're straight?
Yeah. Born female.
Why are you wondering if I'm bisexual or not?
I'm just curious.
But for what reason though? Why would you be curious? What would be your purpose of knowing that?
I don't know. People were talking about this in the site, not you, just in general, sexuality in the side chat, and it just came to mind.
I don't know why people are curious about it. What is that?
Well, they weren't curious about you. I was.
But why?
Well, Kathy, I think that's your answer because he won't answer.
Because like I said, like if I don't even know you, so what would be the purpose of asking me your sexuality unless you are interested in hooking up with somebody? What would be the purpose of knowing that? What does that have to do with anything?
It doesn't have anything to do with anything. It was just a question. You can say I'd rather not answer. That's fine.
Well, it's really nobody's business.
Okay,
what
that's fine.
When I'm not, it has nothing to do with my channel or what I do. And why would somebody want to know?
Nobody was talking about you. That's what I said.
Yeah, it's like me asking you what your sexuality is. Why would I want to know? What would be the purpose of knowing?
Well, I gave birth twice and never been with a female, so strictly dickly.
I think people just asking that question, there's no point or merit to it. It doesn't make sense. It's like me asking you, unless we're going to have a political conversation, what party you're with. Why would people want to ask a question? What would be the purpose of asking? Like, unless we're going to talk about politics, why would I want to ask you what party you're with? Do you see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to just ask a question if there's no purpose of asking that question.
I told you, it was just something everybody was talking about. So I asked.
To be honest with you,
no offense.
My question to them is why are they so curious of what I am or what I'm not?
They weren't talking about you.
Why don't they ask, for example, some people talk about my religious beliefs, political beliefs. In other words, why are people?
All you have to say is I declined to answer.
Yeah, it's like somebody asked me what my favorite color was a while ago. Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just want to know, why do people pry on things? In other words, when they say, what's Elvis's religious belief? What's Elvis's sexuality? If I don't talk about it, if I'm not bringing it up to the forefront, if it's not part of my channel, why people keep on bringing up things that in other words, They keep on saying that I don't believe in God, or they make these things up about me based on no evidence, based on zero evidence and stuff. But in other words, why would somebody want to bring something up for what purpose?
Well,
I don't know. Why did somebody want to know what my favorite color was?
It's
Like in other words, if I ask you what your social security check is every month, what would be my purpose of knowing that?
I don't think in 2019 people really even care that much anymore about that. But
I'm just saying, why do people?
Well,
like,
you made an innuendo about Vegas.
Like if I ask you a question, how much is your social security check per month? Why would I want to know that? Well, how would that?
I didn't ask you how much money you make.
I just walked in the room, guys. What was the question that was asked him?
My question is this: is why you want to know that? It's like if I ask you, what do you
Because
get?
there's a lot of information out there. It's contrary.
No, what? Like what do people want to know?
If I ask you, if I ask you, how much is your social security check per month? What would be my purpose of knowing that? What is my purpose or goal of knowing that? What is your purpose of knowing what my sexuality is or not?
Okay. Well,
what was the question?
It was in the
reverse psychology question I'm asking here. Why is it that you?
I'm trying to answer.
That's what I want.
Wrap it up, Kathy. You'll get the last word in here. So
that's what I want to know. Why is it that you want to know what my sexuality is? Why?
Okay,
why would you?
Someone asked you about your sexuality.
How does that? What is the point of that?
How does that make you feel?
You said, okay, first off, my mind doesn't work.
How does that affect you, my sexuality, what I am or what I'm not? What is that?
Let her answer.
People were just discussing in general over here, not about you, in the chat. So I asked you, for some reason, that Looking for Love video came to mind. And I ask you because if you're bisexual, that opens up more possibilities of finding love.
I said in the video that I was looking for a BBW and a woman plainly. Did I not say that in the video? What I said in the video?
I didn't memorize it, so I don't remember.
But
it was probably one of your better videos because you were doing the prefer not smoking, but can smoke, prefer this, but can, be okay, however you worded it. But no, I didn't memorize it. I don't know what you said exactly.
I really don't think that you have a purpose to your question. Just like I wouldn't have a purpose asking you how much your social security check is.
Well, Elvis, I want to ask you this, okay? Like she asked you a question, and I asked the question, and it was answered. Maybe it was worded differently. I don't know. But the whole point is you're looking for a BBW. You did a video, and she's inquiring what you want. Like it has nothing to do with Social Security or anything.
No. What I'm saying is, if somebody asks a question, there has to be a reason why the question is asked.
Well,
the reason is because you made a video, man. You made a video and you're looking for love, and there's questionable shit out there.
And
so
clearly in the video, I stated I'm looking for a woman who's a BBW. That's what I stated in the video.
But you contradict yourself so many times in that video, it makes people wonder. First you say, well, I don't want a woman with kids, but if you got kids, that's okay too. And I don't want to be a woman that has a house, but that's okay too. Or I don't really want a woman who smokes, but that's okay too. It's confusing.
Well, in reality, I've just looked at the whole landscape. American women, it's slim pickings.
So basically, you just want a female who's breathing. Is that correct?
Slim pickings out there.
I look at it this way.
Marshall, I'll tell you blow me away, man. It's slim pickings.
I'll tell you what I really want. I want a female. Okay, I want a woman that. I want her hair to look more expensive than Rosie's. That's for sure. We'll leave it at that. It's got to look more expensive than
Marshall,
digging on the RV, huh?
It's okay to dream.
Marshall, do you like my hair in this picture? Marshall. Do you like my hair in this picture with me flipping the bird? Because I can take it off and give it to Rosie.
No, you got to have a sweeter picture.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Vixen has got a really good head of hair. She's got a thick, I love playing with her hair, putting her hair down. She's got a good head of hair. Vixen has got a really good head of hair.
Well, you got a lot of back hair, so, you know, hey, you know, kind of hand in hand there.
You know what?
On that
Honestly,
note,
Elvis,
I'm going to go ahead and
Elvis, you're
Marshall as usual.
This is what you're actually
Anyway, I tell you guys, we can have a civil talk here and we have a good time. And I want to thank Colleen. You sure are a pleasure to have on. Colleen,
Rosie.
You became an instant charmer on the side chat over here. You got a fan club. Kathy, what can I say? That finger of doom just points everywhere.
You can still have my hair anytime you want.
There we go. And Vegas Vixen, love you, honey. Marshall, thanks for coming on tonight. And don't forget Janet, the Babylon, what is it, Babylon Queen? What's the channel?
Babylon Queen is her channel, and I think it's on my Camper Van Elvis Facebook fan page.
Man.
Description links of my
Check it out. Check it out. Babylon Queen. Check it out. So thank you, everybody. Good night to all of you. And thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.